Bright House Networks presents the Bright House Networks High School Football Game of the Week. Sponsored by Barber Honda, Bakersfield College, CSUB Athletics, Flashco, in the law offices of Young & Nichols.
Welcome, everybody, to the final high school football game of the week on Bright House Networks Bakersfield for the 2007 football season. I am Vance Palm. I'm joined by Paul Press up on the Flashco scissor lift at the 20-yard line on the south end of the football field. We are at Bakersfield High School. Brian Adams is down on the field. Before things get too crazy, let's send it down to Brian Adams. Brian, you're right there in the thick of the things on the field you used to play on. What's the vibration, Brian?
Well, Vance, right now the drillers are feeling good. They came out a lot of bounce in the step. They're excited. They're going to go on defense first, and I think that's a great advantage for them because they're going to be able to try to pin the Clovis West team back and get the ball either on a turnover or on a punt return and get great field position. They got to take advantage of it when they get it, though.
It's a very, very big football game. The BHS drillers have one loss all season, and that was to Centennial here in Bakersfield, and they kind of repaid that one last week. And for Clovis West, their overall record is 9-3-1. They had a tie of all things in league. And Paul Press, as always, joined with me up here high. And Paul Press, you know, this Clovis West team that we covered in week 2 is a much different team now.
Yeah, very much. Brian Adams talked about it on the pregame show. We were talking about with the new coach coming in, contained the same system and offense, but wasn't, you know, you have the offense, but you have play calling and everything else, and it's just chemistry. Well, Clovis West, they've got their chemistry back. They've got that pep in their step, and they're playing Clovis West traditional football, which means they are tough.
Well, here we go. The whistle's going to blow. Valley Championship football here in Bakersfield. The Drillers hosting Clovis West. Ooh, boy, last night of November in 07, and it doesn't get any better than this. Here we go. Deep for Clovis West, Danielle Moultrie and Nathan Fellner. It's a nice deep kick, and that is going to be taken at the 1-inch line. And here comes Moultrie. Moultrie tries to get free, makes a nice move. Moultrie, another nice move to the 20-yard line, and he's still on his feet. Wow. A 24-yard return, a good one, and that brings up 1st and 10 for Clovis West. Paul Press.
Yeah, as we take a look at the Clovis West offense coming out on the field, I was noticing on their size, their heaviest guy on their entire team is 240 pounds. BHS, that would be considered their lightest guy on their offensive line. But let's not get fooled. I've had to coach against the Clovis West team back in 2004 when I was assistant with Stockdale, and we thought we had them. We had all these big linemen and everything, but they move so well and they're so strong where they need to be in their core, and we're going to get a chance to see them now.
Bo Sweeney, grandson of Coach Sweeney at Fresno State, former coach and son of Kevin Sweeney. He's in the shotgun. Sweeney looks. Sweeney wants to go across the middle. No, he finally makes a decision to go to the outside. It was intended out there for number, I believe that is, his numbers are hard to read out there, number 28, Matt Gelmini, of course. And Gelmini tries to make the reception on the Flashco replay. Gelmini also a name that we'll talk about as the evening progresses. Sweeney, when we didn't have the most prolific game, but he kept his offense on the field. He kept them moving down the field. He kept control of the clock. So now we see on a 2nd and 10, Sweeney again in the shotgun. Flannery out left, in motion. Thornton. Sweeney in trouble. Sweeney goes to his right, scramble. Sweeney gets run out of bounds for a 5-yard loss. Driller crowd loves it.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to see right here on the Flashco instant replay. As they bring it in and they get good tight coverage, they come up and squeeze the receivers and flush him out of the pocket. Sweeney shows his athleticism. That's why he's going to Cal. Big arm and athletic. And I touched about it. He's going to have to be on tonight because the Drillers are going to come after him. He's not going to get a whole lot of time. They're not going to be able to throw the deep ball a lot. So that means he's going to have to be accurate.
3rd and 14 from the 20-yard line. Everybody in the backfield with Sweeney. Handoff to the left side. Oh, a big gap right there. Will he get past him? That's going to be Jalmini. Jalmini gets run out of bounds, and he will, of course, pick up the first down. Clovis West with a big run. Paul, everybody packed in, including the Driller defense, and Jalmini had all the room he needed, as we see on our replay.
Right there, number 49, Travis Brown. He's a heck of a linebacker, but he's playing tight end for the Golden Eagles, and he's the one that sprung that. That's a big block. He's very, very strong. He's only a junior, but this kid is very, very strong, and he puts a seal block on the end there, hammers him down, and Jalmini does the rest, gets it outside.
Just underway here, second beautiful night in a row. We had a chilly night last Friday night, but now it's a perfect night. Jalmini up the middle, so still on his feet. Jalmini runs, finally brought down out there by Van Horn, but not until he picks up another first down on a 1st and 10. So, oh boy, 1st and 10 again. There's a problem with the clock. It still says 11:28 out there. It did not run on the last play or the play before that. Now it starts to run. So there's been an error on the clock, and now they started, but it had 11:28 on there for quite a while. So now it's 1st and 10 again from the BHS 42-yard line. Everybody in the backfield with Sweeney, as the Clovis West squad starting to realize, oh, we can run right up the middle against these Drillers. Sweeney again to Jalmini. Jalmini this time wrapped up, thrown for about a 1-yard loss. Brought down out there by, amongst others, Sean Andrew. Big tackle out there.
Marcus Nelson helps out, as we see right here. Jalmini tries to pop it outside. BHS has a little bit too much speed and grabs an ankle there. But I'm really impressed right now with this Clovis West offensive line. They get on their blocks, Vance, and they just stay on there. I'm watching these guys. They get on these guys' hips, and they are just turning the BHS linemen and the linebackers any which way. They're getting on them. They're planting. They're driving their hips through and really turning them and creating a huge hole for Jalmini.
2nd and 10. We just saw a great shot of the visiting stands, absolutely packed. Thornton in motion. Sweeney will pass. Across the middle. A nice pass out there, but oh boy. Jake Day on the reception across the middle, but he is hit hard and heavy right in the middle. And Paul, we see on our flash score replay, great defense there by the Drillers, and it looks like it was Sean Andrew with another big hit in there.
Sean Andrew, so we just call it jailbreak, just a little inside screen coming in, try to get the defense to chase after Sweeney, but the linebacker stays home and reads it well. Right there, the middle linebacker, what we normally call the Mike backer, he's right there and reads that very well. No gain.
Sweeney on a 3rd and 9 in the shotgun. Has Jalmini out to the right. Sweeney across the middle. This time it's to Thornton. Thornton looks up the field. Thornton has all the room he needs. Oh boy, everybody. Touchdown, Clovis West. A well-designed play to Kyle Thornton. He breaks one tackle, and that's all the tackle that was needed to be broken. Touchdown, Clovis West, Golden Eagles.
Wow. Golden Eagles right here. What they do, Sweeney sells it for a second, looks everybody off, comes right back. Another inside screen up the middle. Same play they ran the play before. They ran it to the right. They come back. They run it to the left with a little different formation. I like the play calling right now. Good job by Clovis West offense. Come out, establish themselves. And here at BHS, they wanted to be on defense first. Maybe they're second guessing that, but everybody needs to settle down, and we'll see what happens here on the kick.
PAT attempted by the kicker Nick Rolfe. It's blocked. Might not mean much in week 1 or week 2, but it sure means a lot in the Valley Championship game. Head coach for Clovis West is Marty Martin, by the way, and here comes the PAT. We've got a coach from the Drillers whose noggin is right in the way, but we may see it. Nope, we won't. It's blocked by, of all things, the coach's head. 6-0, Clovis West over BHS. You are watching High School Football Game of the Week on Bright House Networks Bakersfield. We'd like to welcome all of our Fresno viewers in. We understand they're going to be seeing this on a Saturday night viewing of this. This is played on Friday night with an encore presentation at 10:30 in the morning on Saturday. So a special hello to all of our neighbors up north on the I-99. Well, if you're just joining us, first drive for the Golden Eagles results in a touchdown. They had success on the run up the middle. They had success on the pass up the middle. But what got it all going for them was a 3rd and 10, a run to the outside. So, Paul Press, they've shown us a lot of success, a lot of different ways so far.
Yeah, they have so many weapons. And right there, Jalmini and Sweeney, Sweeney hasn't hit anything probably more than 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, but at this point you don't need to. And then the big block by Travis Brown, number 49. That was a huge block. Gets them that first down, keeps the drive alive. And we're going to see all their weapons. They're pulling everything out right now.
Clovis West comes down to Bakersfield after a tough road to get here, beat some very good football teams. Edison, of all teams to beat to get here. And now they'll kick off to the Big Blue Crew. Drillers will now get their chance on offense. The left-footed kick gets booted into the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10 on the Driller 20. And Vance Palm joined by Paul Press and Brian Adams. And here's the big running play, Paul, that's set up quite a bit here.
Right here, look at the end right there. 49 gets a turn right there. Kind of missed the block. Number 5 kind of missed it, but he took an outside shoulder. So that means Gelomini could get to the outside. If he would attack the inside shoulder there, it wouldn't go anywhere. But good blocks by 49 and 5 for Clovis. That's Fellner and Travis Brown doing their job, 2 of their big stars.
Here come the Drillers on O. Up the middle they go. Brian Adams, you've had a chance to kind of settle in and get going here. You have some very important numbers to tell Kern County as the Drillers take the offense.
Well, Vance, we talked earlier about the Drillers having some record-setting years. Pete's broken almost all the records for the quarterback, but Vince Van Horn is 50 yards shy of the all-time leading receiver in yardage, and Adriaki is only 50 yards behind him, so he's 100 yards behind.
Wow.
So big game night for them. They can also win a championship and break a record.
Big numbers. I think both of them would tell you we'd much rather win the championship than any kind of personal accolades, but right now they're having big trouble against this Clovis West defense on a 2nd and 8. They're not going to go anywhere on that one. That'll bring up 3rd and 8 as we see on our flash go replay. Pete Mitchell hands the ball off to Alfonso Jackson, and AJ right here runs into big trouble. So a 3rd and 8 early test for the Drillers on offense, and they've already been tested on defense, Paul.
Yeah, and that's linebacker number 32, Anthony Elliott. We talked about him earlier in the year, him and Brown in there, and also 58. Man, they got 3 great linebackers that can really tackle.
Well, Jeriaki and Van Horn. Van Horn catches it. Nice pass from Pete Mitchell, and there's the first down. Clovis West crowd. The Clovis West crowd is clapping because they're doing it. The BHS crowd is clapping because they got a big first down. 1st and 10 Drillers.
Yeah, as we see right here, Van Horn just drives him off right there, and then settles down, catches him in a zone, and settles right in the zone. A great job of knowing where to run your route. Now, I said it last week. As far as I'm concerned, I will not take Vince Van Horn in a foot race on the track. I will take Vince Van Horn as the best pass route runner in the Valley, bar none. He can run routes.
And Mitchell got rid of it very quickly. The pitch out here to Emmanuel Turner. Emmanuel Turner now trying to make some yardage and gets up to about the 40-41 yard line. That's a nice run for the Drillers right there. Starts to pick up a little bit momentum, and we see this run here by Turner. And nice cut up field, and man, a nice 5 or 6 yard gain, exactly what the doctor ordered for that running game for the Drillers.
Wow, as we see right there, big number 77, Joel, is it
Turbiades?
Once again.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, easy for you to say. JT right there. 330 pounds, and he's got his hands on Brown. That was the key there.
2nd and 4, 41 yard line of the Drillers. They have it. President Pete Mitchell looks, flicks one over to Ojeriaki. Ojeriaki has the speed, has the talent, has the size, has the first down. First down Drillers, and the Driller faithful now starting to get fired up.
Wow, as it is, they're moving. I like the play calling on this side. Run back, run by committee. We see Alfonso Jackson and Emmanuel Turner. As you know, Vance, they have Durando, they have JJ, as I like to call him. They've got a slew of running backs, so they keep mixing it up and spreading it out and changing their offense.
It's been requested that I don't say the president anymore. Last time. Quarterback Pete Mitchell. Pete Mitchell thrown for a loss.
There it is, Anthony Elliott, number 32, coming in. Elliott and gang coming there. What I do like right now, though, is the BHS offensive line. They know exactly where number 49 is lining up. They've watched film. They're trying to get their biggest guy, get him out on Travis Brown, number 49, for Clovis West, because if you don't get your hands on this young man, he has the ability. He's already been Bright House Player of the Game once. He has the ability to change the entire offense and make you run things you don't want to.
2nd and 11 for the Drillers. So Jeriaki in motion. Turner on the handoff. Gets to the 40-yard line. We dip below the 6-minute mark here in the first quarter. BHS trails by a touchdown, 6-0. Clovis West starts out on their first drive and march down the field with some great running and great passing, and that's where we stand. We see on our FlashGo replay, Manuel Turner gets the ball up to about the 41-yard line. Now the Clovis West crowd starting to get into it. They want a big defensive stop. 3rd and 5. Van Horn and Ojeriaki, both of them split out to the right. Peter Mitchell, quarterback. Mitchell in trouble, gets some room, picks up a nice block, another nice block, and now Peter Mitchell down to the 10-yard line. Mitchell driven out at the 11-yard line. Peter Mitchell to the 11-yard line.
There it is. That's what we were talking about in the pregame show. You touched on it, Vance. Brian talked about it. We all talked about it. Right here, Peter Mitchell has the ability to keep a play alive. He takes the ball down. He didn't see anybody downfield open. Slices through, picks up a couple blocks right there. Shows he's got a little bit of speed. He's getting ran down. Big time play right there. Gets him all the way down to the 12-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Drillers on the Clovis West 12-yard line. Should be a big series here for both squads. Again, Ojeriaki and Van Horn out to the right side. Mitchell barks the orders. I formation. Van Horn comes in motion. This time, Turner turns around, takes a big hit, gets about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and maybe 6 or 7, right around there.
You got to love Emmanuel Turner. All 5'9", 160 pounds of him. Spins right there, gets away from Elliott, and then just ducks his head and goes right up in the middle and running right between the big guys. Only 160 pounds. Pretty brave, because this Clovis West defense, they will hit. They have a bunch of guys that just love to hit.
2nd and 7. 4.5 left in the first quarter. Drillers on the move, but trail by 6. This one out to Ojeriaki. Ojeriaki puts the stiff arm out. Ojeriaki down to the 2-yard line. That is a very nice run, and I think the best news there is I think he got him another first down. Oh, Brian, he's got so much poise and presence and talent and skill when he gets the ball that close. I'm surprised they kept him out of the end zone.
Well, Vance, what I like what he did, he was patient. He caught the ball, secured the catch, and he's going to make one guy miss. Now he's going to be physical with the guys and fight for the yardage. You know, he's a big kid. You know, he's such a big kid, Vance, for high school. He's going to just muscle guys up and almost gets in the end zone. But what I'm liking about E-Man is the maturity that I've seen on him the last few years from when he's a sophomore. He is now playing where he's dominating games with his physical size, and he's making guys pay when he catches the ball.
Thank you, Brian. First down, as Brian lays it all out for us, we see that Ojeriaki picks up the first down. Great description of him, Brian, and that is the result of all of the things you just described him with. A big first down, and now it's 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Oh, man, this is shaping up to be a superb football game. 1st and goal from about the 2-yard line. Peter Mitchell has Durando and Jarek Johnson behind him. Ojeriaki in motion. He does not get in. Fumble! Ooh, gosh. That ball poked open for a moment, then he pulled it back in. 2nd and goal. You see here on our FlashGo replay, from our angle, we saw that ball get loose for just a second, but he hauled it in before he went down. So 2nd and goal, 3:45 left here in this first quarter.
Man, it was as the play came back, Mark Durando, their big fullback, he came out of there kind of limping a little bit. He's still in there.
Ojeriaki in motion, Van Horn way out left. They're going to try it again. Does he get in this time? Very close. Everybody thinks he got in. Fumble!
Forward progress. It should have been stopped at forward progress. Everybody, Travis Brown, your helmet better be back on, son. This isn't college.
Oh, my goodness.
They're not going to blow it down.
Oh, my goodness.
Ball.
That right there is not an accurate call right there, everybody. Wow. I know the people watching this in Fresno are going to say, oh, come on now. But if you watch from here, first of all, I thought he was in. First of all, I thought he was in.
His momentum is stopped right there. He's going backwards.
Then they strip the ball.
Now, if one helmet goes down, now the ball is stripped. That is it. I'm going to say it. That's a bad call, and that's a costly call. That is a bad call by these officials. Now, let me clear something. The officials are not from either North or the South Valley. They come out of the Visalia area. And boy, they just blew that one.
Wow, Sweeney now in the BHS end zone. Hand off to Gelmini. Gelmini gets wrapped up at about the 4-yard line. Let's take a look at this, Kern County. For those of you watching this for the second or third time now on our replay, as Brian Adams said, the problem here is they didn't blow the whistle, so they didn't call the stop progress right there. That's where he starts to go backwards.
1, 2, 3 steps
and
backwards.
Then the ball gets stripped right about there.
Right here, the ball comes out right there.
Oh,
he's 4 steps going backwards.
Woo.
Travis Brown's helmet's already been popped off, and they swallowed their whistle.
2nd and 6, Clovis West with a huge break. Gelmini again carries it. Looks for the hole this time. Fumble! Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Now that's a fumble, officials.
Wow.
That is what you call a fumble. Ground level right here. Gelmini comes through. First of all, a superb hit. Wow.
Right there.
The ball's out on the ground. Drillers pick it up. Can you say karma?
Sean Andrew, number 50. He put his helmet right on the ball. He drove, he wrapped up. Gelmini doesn't fumble a lot. Every once in a while he puts the ball on the ground, but he's pretty sure-handed. That right there, Vance, is what us coaches say, the football gods return the favor. The football gods were watching, and they knew the officials made a bad call, and now it evens all out.
1st and goal from the 7. Mitchell pitches out to Emmanuel Turner. Turner, nowhere to go. Gets thrown for a 3-yard loss. He'll be brought down at the 10-yard line.
There it is, number 1, Kyle Negretti. Kyle Negretti, he can play on both sides of the ball. Emmanuel Turner's got speed, and he's used to trying to get outside. But when number 1 comes up, Negretti, he takes a great angle. They've got him listed at 6 foot 190. I had a chance to just talk to him for a second as they were warming up. I go about 6 foot 190, and this kid looks a lot bigger than I am.
2nd and 9 will dip below the 2-minute mark as this play is being run, or right before it gets called. Van Horn and Ojeriaki out to the right side. It'd be nice to see Ojeriaki thrown into the corner here. They get it out to Ojeriaki. Can he get in this time? He doesn't get past anybody. Gets thrown out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. Well, Brian Adams, you're down there on the field. You kind of see what's happening with this talented receiver core here. What do you think?
Well, Vance, one thing about it is you got away with it last time throwing the ball to quick hitter, letting him do something. That's not his strength, his quickness. He has size, the power. But Paul and I talk about this all the time. We work with the kids we work with. When you got a size advantage like this, remember Brett Wilson a few years ago? He dominated in this area in the red zone because of his height. Fade him up and let him use his height and size against the smaller defensive backs.
3rd and goal from the 7. Already pressure-packed moments in the first quarter. Mitchell sends Ojeriaki in motion. Mitchell's going to keep it. Mitchell's in trouble. Mitchell going to get hammered. Thrown down at the 15-yard line by 3 Clovis West Golden Eagles. Oh, boy. Nick Urgesi was one of them, as well as Anthony Elliott.
Yeah, that's the linebackers
man,
coming through.
Man, oh, man.
Urgesi and Elliott coming right through. 32, 58. You're going to see a lot of these guys along with 49.
Well, here comes the field goal unit, and smart play by Coach Gola. Need to get your points, and because Clovis West missed the PAT on their first touchdown, if they can get this, at least it keeps it within a field goal. So holding will be Alex Mitchell. Kicking will be Peter Mitchell. Low snap. The hold, it's up, and it is good. 6-3. Drillers get on the scoreboard. The Driller faithful sure would have liked a touchdown on the first series. Got a bum call. Got the football back. Couldn't get in on the second series, but they're up on the board, Paul. It's important.
They're up on the board, and that kick looked more like a pass. It was about 2 feet right over the goalpost. Not much higher than that, but it went through, and it went above the crossbar, so it's good. And yes, they would like to have 6 at least, maybe go ahead 7-6, but that's the way football goes. It's not perfectly round, and the ball bounces weird ways, but it's still early. 32 seconds left in the first quarter. Still a lot of time left. Both these teams, it's going to come down. It's going to come down to one big play, maybe 2 big plays somewhere in the next 3 quarters.
Ooh, man. 6-3, Clovis West over BHS. You're watching the high school football game of the week on Bright House Network's Bakersfield. For those of you that are watching this from Fresno, we certainly appreciate having you tune in and check this thing out. We know that we're already in for a whale of a football game. A lot of pressure-packed situations already in the first 11 and a half minutes down on the in the end zone, right below the Flashco Scissor Lift that Paul and I are in tonight. Always love calling the games in these Flashco Scissor Lifts. You kind of feel like you're just right on top of the action. Absolutely love it. Well, the Drillers will kick off for the second time in the first quarter. Here comes the kick. It's a sideways wobbler, and it's going to be taken again down there by Moultrie. Moultrie looks for some room on the right. Cuts out Moultrie with a ton of room. Makes a nice move, and ball! Driller football!
BHS.
What a huge, huge hit!
Could this be the big play I was talking about?
Paul, you just talked about it. Here's our Flashco replay. Moultrie makes a good move, and he puts on the afterburners, and then right about here, watch this, everybody. Pow! A huge hit in there by Moore. What a nice hit.
Wow.
Jesus Mora was who made the hit?
Mora made the hit, and then number 30 comes in and
Irving
the
Gant.
ball. Oh, both of them teamed him up.
The law offices of Mora and Gant pull in a big, big fumble. 1st and 10 Drillers. Big play. Van Horn off to the right. Mitchell looks. Flag on the play. This one could be picked off, and it almost is. Free play for Clovis West. It's probably going to be holding, but, man, that still could have been picked off and then declined. Yeah. So, wow. Are we in the fourth quarter or the first? I'm fired up.
I know. Jerry Aki and Van Horn, thank goodness they're the two cornerbacks also, because on this play, they had to play defense. Right here's the hold as we see right there. Right, oh yeah. Takedown, WWE.
And there comes the yellow.
And now Mitchell kind of floats it up. Peter Mitchell. And Van Horn turns right there. Now you see Ojeriaki, 21. Brian talked about him earlier, how his maturity. Ojeriaki right there made a huge play because that ball would have been picked and gone the other way for a touchdown. Ojeriaki comes back. Could have got called for pass interference there, but did the right thing, took that defender out.
1st and 25, is that what it is? 1st and 25?
10, 20, at least about 25, 27. They don't even have it up on the...
I think they counted it off too far. I think they've... I was saying, wait a minute. It's got to be 1st and 20, shouldn't it? Not 1st and 25.
Well, I'm sure the Clovis West coaching staff will help the officials out on this. They have a tendency to stay in the officials' ear over there and let everybody know that we are coaches and we've been doing this for a long time, and we'll tell you exactly where to mark it as we see the head coach of Clovis West walking out there.
Let me give the coaching staff names here, Paul. Head coach again, Marty Martin. Assistant coaches, Bill Crawford, Russ Harding, Casey Quinn, Rick White, Brian Allen, J.J. Janzer, Dane Cook, Chris McGrady, and Tom Deal. That's a big coaching staff. The principal, Gene Hatfield, and the athletic director, Karen Sobey. And if I'm not pronouncing these names, I apologize to everybody up at Clovis West. The Bakersfield High School coaching staff of course, head coach Paul Gola, Sean McCown, Chad Stoner, Clint Tobias, Chris Rozeski, Pete Mitchell, and Lance McCullough. 1st and 25, Mitchell. Out here to Turner. Turner looks for some room. Turner cuts up. That's a nice hard run. He knew he was going to get hit hard at the end. Your Golden Eagles hit hard, and Brown laid it in there. And as well as Anthony Elliott. Turner knows he's going to get hard, but he peeks through the hole there, knows he's going to take it, but he still gets another, 4 or 5 yards. And my voice changed because I knew he was going to get hit.
Vince Van Horn does a good job of sealing inside, and right now Emmanuel Jeriaki throws the other big block right there, number 21. He hasn't made a big catch yet, but he's doing playing tremendous football tonight.
Mitchell looks to throw again, doesn't have a lot of time, throws this one out there. Oh man, that was almost picked off. Mitchell threw it behind Van Horn, and Ojeriaki was wide open.
Ojeriaki goes right down the seam. They put him in the slot, and he goes right down the seam, basically where the tight end would be lined up. Goes right down, and then Van Horn cuts underneath him, runs the slant underneath. Mitchell chooses to throw the ball to Van Horn, but they caught the DBs for Clovis West biting on that quick slant, and Ojeriaki was open deep on that. We'll see if they come back to it here in a few more plays.
3rd and 18. Last play of the first quarter. Mitchell Mitchell now has somebody out here on the wing, and it's Turner. Turner comes up. Turner, oh, a nice run out there, and at least he gets the ball to the 31-yard line. The score is 6-3. Clovis West leads by a field goal on Bright House Network's high school football game of the week, Valley Championship. Oh, boy, what a start.
For over 3 decades, Flashco has been the local equipment company in Kern County. From major job sites to weekend projects, Flashco is the contractor's choice for equipment rental or purchase. We're also sign specialists using cutting-edge technology to create high-quality custom signage for anything. We're also the #1 local supplier of traffic control equipment, including signs, barricades, safety equipment, and more. Plus, our skilled mechanics will repair any make or model of heavy equipment. Flashco, we'll take care of it.
Game between the Drillers and the Clovis West Golden Eagles. Vance Palm up here with Paul Press on the Flashco scissor list. Brian Adams down on the field. We haven't thrown it to Brian too much because, doggone it, this game has just been an intense, fast-paced football game already. And now the Drillers will have to punt on a 4th and 7. The football is at about the 34-yard line.
This is the area of the field, 7 yards. If it was 4th and 4 or 4th and 3, you might see a fake punt here. But right now you're playing for field position, and as we see, the head coach.
He's back out there again.
Wow. Marty Martin putting an earful in our white hat tonight. We will get the officials.
Isn't there like a, you know, in basketball there's a coach's box? Doesn't that guy understand, hey, man, you can't come out here every other play?
Well, you want to talk about pressure as a head coach. I think he's handled it well. Coming into Clovis West, everybody picked Clovis West. They were ranked in the top 3 in the state or something like that at the beginning. And, you know, their head coach left late, to say the least.
Right.
I mean, late. And so Coach Martin comes in, takes over, is a veteran coach. And, you know, that's a lot of pressure coming in because everybody picked him to win the Valley title.
Thank you, Paul. Well, we've got to stop at your play. We can't really discern why, but we don't care why because Brian Adams has a very, very special guest with us. Brian.
Leading interception leaders, also quarterbacks. He's in the stats for that. Been a coach here, and now you're watching your son get a chance to play for Valley title. Just tell us about what it means to be a driller and what it means to be a father tonight.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if I'm more nervous when you're coaching or now as a father, you know, watching these guys. And I think I'm more nervous now than I ever was as a coach.
Well, you have to be nervous. You have Steve Walker and those guys. Anybody can win with those. No. Talk a little bit about tonight going into it. I know you documented the season of your son's video. Just talk about how you feel as a father and how proud you are.
Well, I'm so proud. He had a great season. Win or lose tonight, you know, I'm so proud that he was a 3-year varsity player and they did as well as they did the last 3 years. And he's able to catch the ball and put his name in the record book. So I'm very proud.
Well, you know, one thing we talk about, Paul and Vance and I, Paul and I a lot, is it's been our pleasure to really watch him and Ojiriaki. In my opinion, 2 of the best tandem to ever play, definitely number-wise.
Yeah, you know, I was just talking about that. I have a website. We were going to put a fan poll on there and see who the greatest tandems were, and Oliver and Adams, of course, are up there, and Van Horn Jeriaki. I don't know if they live up to the Adams-Oliver combination, but they're definitely give you some competition.
Well, we're going to come back after this play, let Vance take it if we come up. Oh, I guess it's not coming up. We'll stay down here. You know, we talked throughout the years and different things, and just what is it, the spirit of the driller spirit? Can you embody that?
Well, I tell you what, I tried to in the book Friday Night Heroes, you know, the first 100 years, and we cut it off in '96, and there's still about another 12 years to go. And I'm gonna come out with another one in 2009 to really catch it up and get all the stuff that we missed. So But anyway, you know, it's just such a strong tradition here with all the great players, and there's some things that are very unique about Bakersfield High, one of them being the stadium. And you've been under this, inside, and you've ran out of that tunnel, so you know what it feels like to be a player here.
All right, well, thank you, Rick, and we appreciate it. And go watch your son and hope they can bring the championship home.
Thank you.
All right, Brian, thank you. Always nice to hear from Rick Van Horn down there. The great book, Friday Night. The BHS Friday Night Heroes. Great. Well, during all of that, and I'm going to try to find out if Brian can find out from the BHS athletic director what that whole stoppage of play was. They came and removed someone from the BHS sideline, the AD did, and had him go back across the field over to the other side of the football field, and it was a very, very peculiar stoppage of play. And it was almost as if they brought somebody from the other side of the field over to BHS side, and they removed him. Now, this is complete speculation, but I saw the athletic director from BHS go over to someone on the BHS sideline, take them across the middle of the football field, and get them back over to the other side. And I might be way off base, but that's what I saw. Maybe Brian could do a little detective work in his trench coat. I don't know, man. That was very, very, very weird. And all of that, Drillers punted. Now it's 2nd and 8. Clovis West deep in their own territory after a great punt by Mitchell. Gelomini, fast, strong, and a hard runner, gets up to about the 14-yard line. So Paul, that was really strange. I don't know if you saw what I saw, but
right.
He got walked across the field.
I saw that. You were watching the AD. I was watching the principal of BHS. We had him on camera talking to the official. He looked a little upset, and you don't know that David Reese, pretty calm guy, but he is competitive. He's won a few Valley titles coaching basketball, I believe, back in the day.
And a special thanks to Mr. Reese for getting our Bright House Networks Bakersfield crew fed and happy. We appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Reese. 3rd and 3, huge play for Clovis West. Probably go to Gelomini, and they do. Gelomini looks for some room, and a hard runner. Ooh, it's going to be close. I think he got it. Man, that's one tough running guy right there.
Wow. You know, he's not that tall. They've got him listed at 5'8", 185, and that's maybe if he's on his tippy toes. But he's got that low center of gravity, makes good cuts. And it's no secret that he's one of the best running backs in the Valley. The only reason why he doesn't have the stats this year is he was out, I believe, 3 games. He didn't get a chance to play this year.
1st and 10, Clovis West. And, right up the middle, Gelomini again, and that's another big first down. Well, Brian, you've already done your sleuth work for tonight. What was all that about earlier?
Well, fans, what happened is they had this situation where the chain gang made a few mistakes, and they just wanted to swap out the chain gang and get a new crew on the sticks.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
wow.
Hey, a Valley championship between Bakersfield High School and Clovis West. You don't mess up in any part of this game. You mess up, you're gone. Well, all right. 2nd and 1, Clovis West. Sweeney has only thrown the ball a few times, and that was in the first series when they marched down. Well, first series when they marched down the field to get the first score of the game. 6-3, by the way, is the score. BHS looking to bring it. Another handoff, or does he keep it? And about the 30-yard line, 29-yard line. And we're below 10 minutes. You're now watching Valley Championship football, the 2007 season. A great season, and I don't know if we'll get time to wrap up this season as we go. Maybe some second half timeouts. We can talk about some of the key players and key games and maybe throw out some APP awards. But the way this thing is going, man, this is intense. 1st and 10, Clovis West. Grinding it out here in this series. They're on their own 31-yard line. Sweeney in the shotgun. Looks like he might pass. No dice to Gelomini again. Another big hard run, but another big hard hit. So they're just swapping them right now, Paul.
I'm very surprised. Great game plan by Clovis West coming in here. I mean, geez, I didn't expect the Golden Eagles to be able to run this that much. You know, there's been a lot of talk. They run this option so well, and they'll run this down the spread dive option and everything. I didn't think they'd be able to do it against the 30 stack, but they're doing a very good job, and their linemen are just going to a certain area and blocking very well.
2nd and 6. Sweeney will throw this time. Goes to his left. Sweeney looks. Now he's going to keep it. Sweeney gets thrown down about the 37-yard line. And that'll bring up about a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. 8:15 left here in the first half.
Well, He gets out here. Sweeney rolls out, and you can see he's been coached up. He knows what to do. But he looked out here, and Ojeriaki just had shutdown coverage. I mean, Emmanuel Ojeriaki over there just shut down coverage, and now he's over on this side. But BHS was in some man out on the corners. They're up pressing them, so that tells us right now they're in some man coverage.
3rd and 3. Big play here in the first half. Sweeney on a keeper. Can he get stopped? He does get stopped. The BHS crowd goes crazy. Woo! Big play for the Driller faithful, and now Clovis West is going to be faced with a tough decision on their own. I'm sure they'll punt the ball, but you just never know. Drillers will expect anything now. So stopped on a 3rd and 3. They didn't get anything. Looks like it's still 4th and 3. We see on our Flash Go replay. And Sweeney tried to go with the fake, and he's wrapped up early there. Nice play out there by the Drillers. Great play out there by Marcus Nelson. They will punt. It's a crazy sideways punt, going to be taken by Van Horn. Van Horn in trouble, completely surrounded by Clovis West players.
Where is the whistle?
Tackled by at least 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 of the Clovis West football players. Man, oh man. First of all, this football is in the air and it's sideways. Van Horn does an excellent job just catching it.
Yeah, and you see him starting to hold on to it right here. Still, there's 6 guys and they're pushing him backwards. And we are right above this play. Vance, you and I are right above it. We're at the 20-yard line. The ball's on the 25. And I don't know what the deal is with these officials. If they swallow their whistles, they haven't officiated in a big game, but they need to learn how to blow the whistle. Put some air out, guys.
High formation for the Drillers. Quarterback Mitchell at the 7-minute mark. Look at this. Durando with the big run. Here comes Durando. Whoa! Durando breaks free. Will he get caught? He will not. Well, he might. And he finally gets brought down about the 15-yard line. Oh, boy, the speedy running out there. Who's that number 89? Troy Rush. Well, that's an appropriate name. Down. I thought he broke free of the final tackle. Here we see Big Mark Durando. He breaks through there, and Clovis West was not expecting this play. Great job of the Driller coaching staff to hang on to this play. And the missed tackle there, and then I thought he's broke free, but here comes Rush out of nowhere. Big tackle to save a touchdown, but genius move by the Driller coaching staff. Everybody expecting anything but that, Paul.
Yes, and how many times have we seen him go in there? He's supposed to get 3 or 4 yards, and he pops a big one.
Huge run by Durando. Now the Driller crowd is up. They want a TD. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Mitchell on a keeper. Mitchell still on his feet. Mitchell trying to get outside. The swift, nimble-footed Peter Mitchell. A nice run out there, and the Driller crowd really appreciative of this quarterback who's on the cusp of breaking some all-time records here at Bakersfield High School. We'll see on our Flash Go replay. Mitchell still on his feet. Look at this, man. This kid is something else.
If you're not familiar, and if this is from our Clovis viewers, there's one of my students we got a shot of right there. I teach English, if you didn't know, here in Bakersfield, and that's one of my junior high students is that in my class. But anyway, Pete Mitchell, kind of a la Doug Flutie, throws a beautiful ball, a catchable ball, not that tall, and keeps plays alive.
Well, here comes a big play for the Drillers. Mitchell flicks one out to Alfonso Jackson. Jackson cuts up. Can he get in? Jackson makes one last move, picks up a 1st down. Atta boy. 1st and goal from about the 3 or 2 yard line.
Right here, I know I keep saying his name right there. Alfonso Jackson's good. Right out there, number 21, Ojeriaki, is just doing a great job of blocking outside. If he could get some type of award for outside blocking, he gets it. You know, 3 years ago watching this young man as a sophomore, he couldn't do those blocks. That was one of the games Brian and I were talking about, and Brian knows better than I, but working with receivers, if you want to go to the next level, you've got to be able to block.
1st and goal from the 4. Under 5 minutes, 5:20 left here in this first half. Fumble! Still on the ground. Now it's picked up by Clovis West. Ojeriaki might be able to catch him. Ojeriaki gets out, has to play it right. Ojeriaki, can he make the tackle? Finally brought down at the 25-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Nick Ergessi with the fumble return for 70 yards.
Big plays. We talked about it earlier, Vance.
BHS knocking on the door at the 2-yard line, fumbled right at the exchange from center to quarterback. The ball was alive there for a few seconds. We see it right there. Still nobody has it, and then it pops out and it's picked up.
Wow.
Or Gessie trying to run down, and then we see Ojeriaki just kind of stalling him, slowing him down long enough for him to be brought down out there by Van Horn and Matthew Varvel. But the score remains 6-3, but we've seen a football game that would be indicative of like a 58-55 game. Here comes Clovis West. Now Gelomini thrown for a loss, and I think now the defense for the BHS Drillers is starting to get a little ticked off. And now we see Coach Gola screaming at the officials, he's pulling my guy down. He's pulling my guy down. He is livid. Coach Gola right next to the official, and I think he's probably going to give him a little bit more of an earful when he gets back over here. He's dragging my guys down.
Yeah, they're doing a good job because it's a good job because they're not getting called. And I don't want to sound like I'm just for BHS, but the Clovis West line, they're kind of grabbing jerseys a little bit, but most offensive linemen will. The Coach Gola was pointing it out.
2nd and about 11. Sweeney looks like he wants to throw. Sweeney across the middle, and it's completed out there. Van Horn's going to make the tackle, trying to go for the fumble, but it's caught out there by Kyle Negretti. And I think the attempt to try to rip the football out actually gave Negretti a chance to get about 2 or 3 more yards, and the officials better pull the reins in here pretty quickly because now it looks as though some of the Clovis West players are starting to dish out some verbal insults here at the end of the play.
Well, as we see right here, Van Horn's trying to make tackle. Deal is, I talked about Negretti earlier. He's 6 foot 190, but he's a solid 190. Van Horn does a good job wrestling down and tries to get the ball. Bad part is, we stopped the roll right there. But right after that, Negretti has a few words from Van Horn. We get a measurement. Going to be, at half an inch. There it is.
2nd and about 4. 2nd and about 3 or 4 inches. Keep going, Paul.
And he gets a little talk, stands above him, takes his time stepping away. One of the officials comes over and kind of taps him, says, don't do that and get back here.
Coach Gola now barking out some big orders to his defensive front up there. Brian Adams, what are you hearing down there? You're right below us. And what are you hearing from this coaching staff? What's going on down there?
Well, Vance, you were exactly right what Gola was talking about in terms of he saw his guys getting held in the end. But now he's telling the guys to get in there and stuff the play. He wants to be aggressive.
So Coach Gola calling out the signals now on defense. As Brian says, he wants to be aggressive here. Don't be on your heels. Let's make a big stop here. 3rd and 1. I think it's 2 down territory either way. Clovis West trying to pick up on that 70-yard fumble return momentum and make something happen here. 4:12 left here in the first half. What a football game. Sweeney in the shotgun. Sweeney on a keeper. Sweeney's going to move it forward. He gets the first down. Sweeney.
Wow.
And the now we get Sean Andrew pops up, looks at the official and says, "Hey, Christian Fetters is grabbing my collar and he's pulling me down." So
watch right here, right there, number 54 literally grabs by the waist and wraps his arms around one of the BHS player, wraps him around the waist and picks it up. We see it right there in the middle of the play. But no flag was thrown, so, it is what it is, I guess.
Golden Eagles have a 3-point lead with 3:40 left here in this first half. Sweeney hands it off to Gelomini. Gelomini wrapped up hard at the line of scrimmage. Flag on the play. Oh, now maybe one of these gentlemen might be getting hip to what's going on at that line of scrimmage here. Let's see, and it's been a very, very clean football game with regards to penalties. Haven't been a lot of them. Let's see what this is, and it will be holding, and it's going to be against Clovis West. So that's a big, big play. If nothing else, it just kind of stops this flow that Clovis West has been enjoying on our Flashco replay.
Yeah, and I don't see the hold yet. Well, there's one on the outside, but this one was called more in the middle.
Right at the point of contact.
Right, and I'm not so sure. That wasn't too bad of a hold on that play, but I think the ones before it, the flag must have got stuck in his pocket and maybe felt a little bad.
Well, his hands are cold.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I mean, it's easy for us to stand up here and say this, but
well, that's a big penalty. Moves him back to a 1st and 20 and back to the 22-yard line. So now Sweeney has 2 players on each side of him. He's going to come back and look to his right first. Now he's going to go a keeper. Sweeney in big, big trouble. Thrown for about a 5-yard loss. Driller faithful up and loving this one. That'll make it 2nd and about 25 now we see on our Flashco replay. For those of you up in the Fresno area wondering about Flashco, it's an equipment rental company here in town, and they sponsor our replay, and every single replay is sponsored by Flashco, and we're on top of one of the Flashco scissor lifts right now, calling this from about, I don't know how many feet up, but we're pretty high. So
very high.
How high up, Kevin? 300 feet?
30.
Hey.
This looks like more than 30. I used to be able to triple jump around 30. No, I don't think
Inches.
30 inches. This looks like more than 30, Kevin. 30. Hey,
We've got a little bit of levity to kind of break up the tension here right now. Brian Adams saying, don't tell anybody you're jumping the 30 inches. Well, here we go. First and 24 from about the 26-yard line. Brian Adams standing right below us. Brian, it's been somewhat of an exciting first half. We still have 2.5 left, but for the score to be only 6-3, there's been a lot of action on this football field.
One of the things that we have, Vance, are 2 fumbles in the 5-yard line, but also 2 great defenses. We talked in the pregame. Both these defenses are soft defenses led with great players. And when you have that, it's going to be what offense can make the plays to break the game open or to make the play at the end. It might come down to a last play at the end where one of the offensive players has to make a play to win this game.
Thank you, Brian. We'd like to thank the people that have helped put this in your living rooms all season long. Our pregame show brought to you by CSUB Athletics. Tonight they're playing San Jose State over at Rabobank Arena. We also have the Bakersfield College halftime show, the law offices of Young Nichols. And also we'd like to thank Flashco for our instant replay and these great scissor lifts all season long. This great shot you're getting right there is from a Flashco scissor lift, and also the Barber Honda player of the game, who could be a big player of the game after this one. 2nd and 24, 2.5 left in the first half. Sweeney over to his right, has a man open. Oh boy, will it be caught? Oh. Kyle Thornton, who had a big play in the first quarter, was wide open in the end zone, and had he brought this down, that would have been a big score. Look at this, everybody. He is open. Don't kid yourself.
Yeah, he was wide open. He had about 3 steps. The safety bit, come running up, and they ran what we call a drag route underneath. So the safety sees that. He comes jumping up. He splits the seam and goes down. They semi-roll out Sweeney. Sweeney sets his feet. Problem was he wanted to hold on to that for about a half a second more and get a little bit more height on the ball, but he was hit.
3rd and 24. In my mind, the biggest play of the first half. Sweeney. Knocked down. Trying to throw a screen pass, knocked down. It hit the ground, so I think some of the drillers don't realize that it bounced on the ground. They thought it was intercepted. Batted down at the line of, well, actually in the backfield it actually got batted down. That brings up 4th and 24. We'll get a chance to see a long field goal here. Here we see it right here. Hey, a great play out there, and it's just knocked down by Tevin Jackson. TJ, nice play there. And we're going to see a 43-yard field goal attempt. And the kicker is Nick Rolfe. We're hearing from our statistician and inside info man that he has a foot.
He has a foot.
Well,
looks
timeout
like
on the field, and that will give us a chance to kind of recap this thing for those of you that are just getting to your television. I'm Vance Palm. I have Paul Press up here with me on the scissor lift. Brian Adams, the Bakersfield High School driller and UCLA Bruin, is down on the 20-yard line speaking with some of his alumnus as far as staff members, and it's a 6-3 football game, but don't be fooled by the low score of this football game. It has been packed with action, suspense, pressure situations already, some big turnovers, and oh man, we've just been enjoying all of this from the vantage point that Paul and I have. We are at the 20-yard line in the south end of the field. The camera angle that you're seeing right there, he's about 4 feet to the left of us. That's Kevin with that camera angle. So we're right on top of this end zone. And this has been a superb first half. Here comes the kick from Rolfe. It'll be a 42-yard attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick, it's up, and it will be... Oh, and he barely makes it. It got through.
Nice job.
9-3, Clovis West. Wow. Not a big win tonight, but this cool air. Watch this. There's the football in the middle of your screen, and it just it barely got through there, and that makes it a 6-point football game. I think both coaches, Paul, I know both coaches are happy that neither team is really up by more. BHS had a chance, just a few minutes ago down in their 2-yard line to go up a little bit, and Clovis West has had their chances. Right now, it's just a 6-point difference, and I know Coach Goal is happy.
Yeah, the way I'm playing in my mind right now, it would have been 14-13. BHS was inside the 5 twice. They get 2 touchdowns out of that. It's 14. Clovis West was down inside there once. They should have had another touchdown. So it should be somewhere in there about 16-14. But as we see it, it's not. This is a 9-3 game. Both defenses coming up with big plays when they need it. But I think everything will settle down, and we're going to see 2-3 touchdowns in the second half.
I picked BHS by 21. We've got some work to do. The kick is up, and it's a wobbler. Will it run out of bounds? No, it won't. It's going to stay in bounds. Going to be taken by Ojeriaki. Ojeriaki looking for a little room. Has the speed. Ojeriaki tries to get outside. Cuts back up the middle. Ojeriaki still on his feet. Brought down at about the 27-yard line. Not a bad return at all. About 17 yards on the ground, but it'll be on the 27-yard line. The score is 9-3 as we see Ojeriaki on our Flash Go replay. Look at that packed house over there on the visitor side of Clovis West. And, man, they came in full force. The entire background of all of the stands completely covered with banners. They've blown up the balloons. They've got the scissor lift over there. I don't know if they rented that from Flash Go, probably, but they've got media on the other side. That's why we're on the BHS side. The entire area that we normally call BHS games is completely covered with Fresno media. Ojeriaki in motion. This handoff goes off to Emmanuel Turner. Coach Gola wants a face mask, but he's not going to get it. We're going to dip below the 2-minute mark here left here in this first half. What a football game.
I formation. They just go off tackle here, trying to run a little bit of the power game. Maybe a slap across the helmet there. Not too bad. Much of a face mask, no call, and no gain. Maybe lost a half a yard. They're going to have to let Pete Mitchell maybe design and let him roll out and start creating.
Jarek Johnson goes in motion. Mitchell going to throw it to Van Horn. Van Horn's going to throw this baby up. A double pass, and what will the flag be? Ho-ho! The Clovis West coaches, they want offensive interference by Ojeriaki, and I'm sure they've got to play their role, and they have to act out their part. Let's see what the call is going to be.
Well, that's an easy call because
let's see it.
Let's see it. Well,
here comes the call. Pass interference against Clovis West.
Yes. As we see it right here, Flash Code replay. Right here, I saw it was a double pass. Van Horn, who is a backup quarterback, right there just throws it. Not a beautiful pass, but he gets rid of it. And right there, you can see Ojeriaki's trying to come back and get the ball, and Negretti would not let him come back, and he does what he needs to do. With 1:29 left, you don't give up a touchdown.
Sure.
Go ahead and take the penalty. Your defense has been playing well anyway. BHS gets inside the 5 and tends to fumble the ball away as we get a shot there. Right, number 1, Negretti, right there. I don't know where he's going, but he's going to go somewhere and play ball.
1st and 10, buck and a half left in this first half. Mitchell has A.J. Van Horn to the left. Mitchell goes to his left. Look out. Mitchell brought down from behind. And I believe somebody lost their cleat on about the 34-yard line. They did. It's Nelson. Well, Brian, the earlier play with Van Horn on the double pass, I just know you like the matchup in the back, out in the open front.
Well, Vance, I just think they have a matchup in receiver because they have 2 good receivers. And when you have 2 good receivers at the high school level, it's very hard to take both of them away. But I give Coach McKeon some credit of mixing up some stuff. Pull some tricks out of his bag. He's waited to the final game. Double pass. Try to get your big play players, make those big plays for you. Great job.
Mitchell, again, being chased from behind. Great screenplay over here. A ton of room for Alfonso Jackson. Needs a couple big blocks. Oh, boy. Goes down at the 50-yard line. Looked like he might have been able to cut back up the grain and get about 20 more. Be that as it may, gets up to the 50-yard line.
Boy, they had 2-on-2 blocking out there. Right there, 74, I believe, is that Ellis? Big number 74 gets out there. Yeah, that's Colin Ellis. He gets out there and he's pointing, hey, you take him, you take him. And somebody slides in underneath there and breaks up. That was a big play, which brings up third and 3?
Well, one thing he did not do, he did not get out of bounds there. So they burned the timeout, 3rd and 3 on the 49-yard line. 39 seconds left here. Very, very interesting first half. Some big turnovers by both teams. And the first big one was really not a turnover. BHS had the football down at about the 3-yard line. And the running back for the Drillers tried to get in. We thought it was a stoppage of forward motion. The ref didn't blow the whistle. Then the ball gets stripped, and Clovis West picks it up. Clovis West, here's our first play. Look at this. We think that right about here, Jarek Johnson was stopped. And we think that forward motion is stopped. But then the ball gets stripped. Right there, the ball comes out, and Clovis West falls on it. We, being right on top of it, just kind of assumed, okay, forward progress stop. But they get the ball to Clovis West. Clovis West then can't capitalize and get the touchdown, but they have to they fumbled it right back on a big hit. Here comes Clovis West on the next play, like maybe 2 plays later, they come forward, and here's a big hit up the middle by Sean Andrew right on the football, so that's early stage of the football game. Here we go, 3rd and 3 from the 50-yard line. Mitchell with 39 seconds left in the half. Boy, would they like to at least get close enough for field goal range. Mitchell throws it across the middle. Wow, what a beautiful strike from Mitchell to Ojeriaki. Now Coach Gola saying, get over there. He's telling him, hurry up.
Get on the ball. The clock should have stopped because they got to move the chains. As soon as they get the chain set,
all right,
they're going to start the clock. Mitchell's got it, everybody lined up.
1st and 10. Now we have the Clovis West coach back in his normal position, right out on the football field, talking to the coaches. Man, oh man, he's got that down. That's a nice move he's got, Marty Martin. He just steps about 7 or 8 yards out in the football field and kind of talks to the coaches. And now he's telling the ref, start the clock. Okay, coach, you got it. Mitchell goes to his left, has a lot of time, a lot of protection. Good, oh, what a great pass out there. Another strike to about the 34-yard line.
Clock is running, though, with 19 seconds, 18, 17.
It did not get out of bounds.
Looks like they have a timeout left. Maybe they'll
BHS has 1 timeout. Can they get in enough field goal range? 8, 7. Oh, and that is going to be caught. It is caught. Will it be a first down?
Better
they
get
do.
a timeout and kick a field goal.
Now Coach Gola is going to call the timeout, and that was very well executed plays. The one play where they threw it, they didn't get out of bounds, but they got about 7 yards. Oh, boy. I'm going to throw it down to our man Brian Adams on the field because he's right in the middle of everything, Brian. We've got a great eagle eye in the sky, but you're in the thick of it. What's happening?
Well, Vance, the first play to Van Horn, he didn't get deep enough on the hook. He caught the hook route, but he caught it 9 yards, so the clock continued to move. One of the things that we talk about, again, I say Paul and I, we do a lot of stuff with young men. We talk about the passing game is you either got to get past the first down and catch it, and in high school football, it's drop. You don't need to get the extra yards, the clock stops. Or you got to get a sideline route and hit the guy, let him get out of bounds. And that probably cost them a good 14, 15 seconds. And what that cost you was an opportunity now to use your Juriaki and his size to go over the top and throw one in the end zone.
Well, they're going to try to make this a 9-6 football game. Alex Mitchell will hold for Peter Mitchell, and this should be a 37-yarder to keep it within 3 with 3 seconds left in the first half. The snap, perfect. The hold, the kick, it's up, and it is got it right down the middle. So at the half, the Valley Championship football game between Bakersfield High School and Clovis West. We knew it was going to be a tight one, and it is a tight one. 9-6, Clovis West leads as we go into the halftime. When we come back, the third quarter starts in this incredibly tight football game.
When you get injured, you may be facing an insurance company that has a lot of money to fight your case.
You need a lawyer on your side who's willing to fight the insurance companies and take your case to trial.
If you've suffered serious injuries in an accident, don't let them make you a victim twice.
At Young & Nichols, we've got the experience to take your case all the way.
I'm Steve Nichols.
I'm Thomas Brill.
And you have our word. We're always for the people.
We're here, we care, always for the people.
What a shot. What a shot of Fox Theater in downtown Bakersfield. Appreciate that excellent work by our camera crew here at Bright House Networks Bakersfield, and then to pan over to the United States flag and a light post. We are pleased to have you with us for the second half of the Valley Championship football game. The BHS crowd is up, Clovis West crowd is up. Clovis West will kick off to the Drillers. The Drillers trail by 3. It's a 9-6 football game. And for a game that has only totaled 15 points, it has been a whopper. Deep for the Drillers will be Ojeriaki and Jarek Johnson. A pooch kick. This will be taken by Welsh. Fair caught by Welsh. What a nice job out there in the 34-yard line. So Welsh very smartly instantly calls for the fair catch, and the coaching staff, the first ones over there to congratulate that young man and pat him on the shoulder pad and the helmet and said, very nice job, as we see the back of Pep Fernandez. Pep will be my guest tomorrow night in the first intermission for the Condors game, but I can't even think about that right now. 1st and 10, Drillers will have the football. Paul Press and I have tightened up our scarves, put our gloves on. It's starting to get chilly up here in the Flashco Scissor Lift. Important drive right now for the Drillers. Option, pitch out to Turner. Turner wrapped up, maybe gets 2 or 3 yards. A nice finish there. He was hit at about the 31-yard line, but he made it up to about the 36-yard line as we have Travis Brown and everybody. This is a junior. And was this young man our Barbara Honda player of the game, Paul Press?
This is him, Vance. That's Travis Brown. A little note on him. His father is the defense coordinator up for the Fresno State Bulldogs that has the green D up there. As Coach Gola walks out, because he can respect that. Everybody knows who this young man is, all the coaches in the Valley. He's going to go big time. It's just a matter of, does he stay home or does he go somewhere in the Pac-10?
Oh, boy, he's holding his left clavicle, his left shoulder. He is down, and on the first play, I guess, from the line of scrimmage here, and I don't know if we have this on the Flashco replay, but he gets hit hard and he's grabbing his shoulder blade. Well, we will take a break. When we come back, we'll try to wrap all this up for you and give you some kind of information. Back in a moment.
For over 3 decades, Flashco has been the local equipment company in Kern County. From major job sites to weekend projects, Flashco is the contractor's choice for equipment rental or purchase. We're also sign specialists using cutting-edge technology to create high-quality custom signage for anything. We're also the #1 local supplier of traffic control equipment, including signs, barricades, safety equipment, and more. Plus, our skilled mechanics will repair any make or model of heavy equipment. Flashco, we'll take care of it.
2nd and 9. Fortunately, Travis Brown up on his own accord and walked off the football field, but that was a scary moment. Second play of the second half. Mitchell sends Ojeriaki in motion. Mitchell hands to Emmanuel Turner. Emmanuel Turner hits the hole hard. An aggressive run. And, man, he went hard into the hole. Woo, boy. Brian, what in the world's going on down there?
Well, man, Van Horn suffered a concussion at some point in time in the game. They believe, they don't know. They're just trying to see how he's doing, if he's going to be able to come back or not tonight.
All right, Brian, so we've got stories unfolding left and right. Travis Brown's hurt. Van Horn is hurt. Mitchell now in the I formation has Durando and Emmanuel Turner in the I formation. I wouldn't be surprised to see Durando here. Mitchell looks to throw. Mitchell rolls to his right. Mitchell cuts back to his left. Mitchell thrown for a huge loss. A 13 to 14-yard loss. Mitchell just ran out of space, Paul.
Yeah, this is Clovis West doing their job on the film, in the film room right here. They know Pete Mitchell, he likes to do this, and then he'll turn around when we do a flip turn. Teach DBs to do that all the time, just a quick flip turn. But they know how he is, and they just stay on track, corral him down there, and that's a huge loss, not just because it brings up a 4th down, but now Clovis West, the return guy standing on the 43-yard line.
The quarterback Mitchell's also the punter. Perfect snap. He will punt. Oh, man, almost gets blocked. Let's see what kind of bounce this takes. A kooky one at that, and the Drillers will have to jump on it at the 40-yard line. So for the first series, the Drillers not really pleased with that. They started off with a nice option, and then things just didn't happen. And so now Mitchell comes back and gives Gola an earful, and they'll have to kind of regroup from the offensive front. Van Horn down on the bench. Will not play right now. And for a receiver and a DB. All right, 1st and 10, Clovis West. Now Alex Mitchell will take over for Van Horn in the defensive backfield. And a nice tackle out there by Tevin Jackson. Tevin Jackson throws the running back down with all of his might. And Paul Press, here comes the time of the football game. It's early in the second half, but it's so late in the season with a hurry-up offense from Clovis West that this Driller defensive front is what I'm trying to get to. Really has to step up here. Shotgun for Sweeney. Sends Thornton in motion, sends him back. Sweeney to the right. Sweeney wants to throw across the middle. Can't. Almost intercepted. And, of course, Jake Day looking for some kind of help from the officials, but Ojeriaki on him like a glove.
Yeah, he's on him like a glove because it's man up. They had the underneath route, the scrape route as I call it. Motion guy coming in, the slot guy, he runs a quick out, so he's out in the flats, and he gets I believe it was Alex Mitchell, and we run a scrape route, but Sweeney throws to the slant, tries to force it in there, and Ojeriaki just using his athleticism.
3rd and 9, Jerry Johnson comes up in the slot on DB, the safety way up front. Sweeney pumps, looks downfield, has a man, flag on the play. It was intended out there by Thornton, but a flag on the play, and will this be on Alex Mitchell?
No, I believe it's going to be a holding, and I think they're going to get Ojeriaki this time for a little bit too much hand check off the line of scrimmage. Holding defense, there it is. Out here on the corner, Ojeriaki, that's all right, first one, but pretty good call. We can't see it right there in our screen. He pump fakes right there and tries to get Ojeriaki and everybody to bite, but they don't. But I see that Clovis West, the coaches have realized that Alex Mitchell has taken the place of Van Horn because they just tried to beat him right there on a wheel route, trying to get him mashed up. Alex Mitchell, number 8, stands at 5'7", 140 pounds. Vince Van Horn, who he's replacing, Vince is 6 foot, 170 pounds, and has been playing DB for the Drillers for 3 years. So, not that Alex can't do it, but those are big shoes to fill.
You're right. 1st and 10. Everybody showing blitz. Will they do it? Sweeney hands off to Gelomini. Gelomini has a lot of room. Does he get outside? He does. Now he puts a move on Jerry Johnson. Doesn't get outside, though, so Johnson hauls him in after a 6-yard gain. Ooh, that was dangerous. That looks scary if you're a Driller fan.
Yeah, as we see right there, Gelomini's supposed to go right in off that tackle right there, and he bounces it to the outside and shows his speed. Gets outside right there and outruns, I believe it was Tevin Jackson, number 50. Or no, Sean Andrews, 50, beats him around the corner.
2nd and 4. Clovis West moving down the football field. First series of the second half for them. Close to the first down, but I don't think he'll get it. JT with a nice tackle there, Joel Turbiades.
Looks like 3rd and maybe a half yard at the most. And here it is, Clovis West going back and letting number 28, Gelomini, take them to the promised land in this Valley Championship game. And looks like they're going to ride him all the way down. They came out letting Sweeney throw a little bit, Vance, but looks like they're going to go back to the well and let Gelomini run.
My apologies. Mitch Noy, last week's Barber Honda player of the game on that hit and tackle. Sorry about that. We've got a timeout on the field. Clovis West has called a timeout.
Well.
Oh, sorry. They're just moving the chains. Coming to check the yardage. Sorry about that, everybody. The coach comes out on the field so much, I should have just known that wasn't a timeout.
Well, as long as he doesn't come out past the numbers.
Right.
And they're supposed to have their headsets off. You can't be on the field with your headset past the numbers. Any coach, kind of a high school rule deal, football rule. But, he asked for a measurement, and the white hat gave it to him.
Don't forget, everybody, this Golden Eagles team has won 6 straight games, including a 17-10 win over the top-seeded Fresno Edison last Friday. And one of their losses was to Corona Centennial, the top team in the state. So it's a very, very good football team on the field right now against the Drillers. 1st and 10, Golden Eagles moving down the football field. They're on the BHS 39-yard line, 8.5 left in this third quarter. Oh, nice play out there by the Drillers. Gelomini nowhere to go. And one of the Drillers that made it happen, Emilio Cantu, right in the thick of all of it. Nice job, EC.
Wow, Cantu really showing his strength right there and filling up and plugging the hole. Everybody doing their job. Phil is sitting the ground. Marcus Nelson does a good job of sealing that outside and just squatting right there, making a big pile.
2nd and 10. Sweeney looks to throw. Sends Thornton in motion, sends him back. Sweeney looks to throw, wants to go to Thornton. This one is miscommunication by both receivers and the quarterback, and it's incomplete. Once again, everyone, Bo Sweeney, son of Kevin Sweeney, grandson of Coach Sweeney from Fresno State fame. But that brings up a 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 for Clovis West. Big, big stop here for the Drillers. They can get it.
Yeah, as we see on that quick out pass right there, Sweeney, he throws the ball so hard sometimes. Maybe a little touch every once in a while, give the guys a chance to save their fingers.
3rd and 10. They handed Gelomini for the run. Gelomini looking for room, still on his feet, very tough runner, and there they blow the whistle. And, blew it at about the 42-yard line, 42.5 line, so they're going to have to
punt.
Well, we'll see. That kicker has a nice foot, but
they'd be kicking that from the 45, so that'd be 55. But I've been saying it earlier, they need to blow the whistle. They should have blown the whistle earlier there for Gelomini too. No reason to have him stand up like that and take a beating.
4th and 8, Clovis West will punt. It's going to be an angle punt. Hangs up in the air up there, and it takes an absolutely perfect bounce and ends up on the 1-yard line. The 1-yard line, so that was picture perfect. That gives us a chance to send it down to our man on the field, Brian Adams. Brian, what do you have, Brian?
Well, I'm here with longtime trainer Joe Augusta of Raceville High School. You talked to me earlier about what does it mean to be a driller. This is what a driller is all about. You thought I had some bling, but Joe has it all.
Thank you, Brian. 1st and 10 for the Drillers, and they're going to have it at their own 2-yard line. And
as we take a look at all the rings right there.
Oh my gosh.
Look at all the rings. Bakersfield High.
Well, here's going to be an important drive to get him to the next one. Nelson up to about the 7-yard line. What we need right now is a Durando up the middle run for about 80 yards. So as we see all the hardware that Brian brings out, this is a big, big series for the Drillers. 6:44 left in the third quarter. They trail by a field goal. The score is 9-6. Clovis West, the Golden Eagles, have played a very, very good football game themselves. But one of their big linebackers is down and on the sidelines. Mitchell to Emmanuel Turner. Turner grinds it out to about the 10-yard line, and it's going to be about a 3rd and 3, it looks like. 3rd and 3, a long 3. So Mitchell, the quarterback, will come over. Paul, what do you have?
Travis Brown is back on the field. He is holding his left shoulder, though, and his wrist again. He was in on that pile right there. But that left shoulder, we can see him come in towards the end of this play on our Flash Go instant replay. Right there, you see 49 driving in, and he's still dropping that shoulder and hitting people. But see how long he can last. I know he's a tough kid.
3rd and 2, Drillers on their own 10. Mitchell has the I formation. Mitchell looked like he had a bad exchange with the center, and the aforementioned Brown, who is really starting to feel the pain, is still in there hitting hard though, and he was the one that was all on top of that, as well as Richardson for Clovis West. And Drillers got really nothing but a little bit of room to punt. So on 4th and 2 on their own 10-yard line, now Clovis West will have their return man, which is Jake Day, at the 40-yard line. So tough goings right now, tense moments for the Driller faithful. Mitchell to punt. Perfect snap. Mitchell gets rid of it. We need a good bounce here. We don't get another one. It stops, and Day has to get out of the way now. So at the 45-yard line, so a 47-yard punt. Drillers will have to muscle up again here on defense. You're watching the Bright House Network's Bakersfield High School Football Game of the Week. This is the Valley Championship between the Drillers and Clovis West. We have had an incredible season all season long this 07 year on Bright House Network's Bakersfield. Started off with these Drillers whopping it to the West High Vikings, and we just went through the entire county with some great football games, some great Barber Honda Player of the Game awards, some great individual performances, some great team performances, some great coaching moves. And it's just been a blast to be with you all season long. Under 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Sweeney has a bunch of receivers out to his right, talks to Thornton real quick before he takes the snap. One running back with him back there. Sweeney wants to go to Thornton, but he comes over to the side. Has Davis. Hits Davis. Davis thrown out of bounds at about the 37, 36-yard line. So a nice pass out there to Nick Davis, and that was a quick 8-yard gain.
Yeah, this time Sweeney sets his feet and goes ahead and takes that route out in the flats. Take what they give you, young man. You know that. You've been coached by the best. So take what they give you and keep working. Get your rhythm.
2nd and 1. Gelmini right next to him. They go to the hard count. Nobody jumps, or do they? Oh, man.
I don't know who called it.
I didn't see him, but the line judge made the call. He was on top of it, and that'll be a first down for the Drillers.
Or the Clovis West.
Sorry. It was against the Drillers, and Freudian slip. I sure wanted it to be a first down for the Drillers, but it's not. It's not. First down Clovis West at
31.
The Driller 31-yard line. So
wow.
Now, really, really tense moments for the Driller fans. 1st and 10. Although the scoreboard shows 2nd and 1, it's 1st and 10. I think they're waiting to get that scoreboard fixed, or do they really care, the officials? 4:52 left in this third quarter. A lot of football left, but since it's been such a low-scoring affair, a touchdown would almost be, insurmountable. Sweeney has Gelmini to his left, and that's who he's going to hand it to. Gelmini gets hit hard, and he does not get anywhere. But it seems as if the coaching staff for Clovis West is just fine with those set-up plays.
Yeah, they're setting it up, and they keep coming up. I don't know how many times tonight they've had third down and more than 5 yards. Anything more than 5 or 6 yards, usually defense gets, but Clovis West has come up with some big plays on 3rd and down, long yardages tonight.
2nd and 10. Sweeney from the hard count, and oh boy, now you're seeing the mental battle taking place between coaching staffs, quarterbacks, linemen.
Well, this is going to show his maturity, and this is one of the great things about Sweeney and the coaching staff, Clovis West. How do you stop a great pass rush? Change up your snap count. Go to a longer count. Get them start barking. And what this does also is not only draw the penalty, but it gives your offensive lineman a chance to see, okay, he's coming through this gap or that gap. So they're not timing that blitz. He's throwing off their timing.
2nd and 5. Sweeney brings Thornton over. That's been his motion man all night long. Rolls to his right. Sweeney, little shuttle pass out to Thornton, and he gets to about the 25-yard line. Didn't really fool anybody, but right now the Drillers aren't about not being fooled. They're about making a big, big stop right here and keeping this to a field goal. We'll see. The clock continues to tick. 3:37 left in the third quarter. Hurry up offense by Clovis West. 3rd and 4. Sweeney comes up and yells something to his center. Love to go hard count here. Nope, not this time. Now Sweeney looks over and wants to call a timeout, or does he? Looks over at the coach. Coach says, go ahead and do this. Now Sweeney goes right up behind the center again.
Wow.
3rd and 4. How much time do they have? Seems like a lot of time. The Coach Golis said, are you kidding me? How much time do these guys get? Gelmini on a big run. Gelmini tries to get outside. Gelmini gets run out at the 4-yard line. And I'm not sure if we have any type of validation from the scoreboard clock, but that was down to the millisecond of being too long. Wow.
Well, what happened is they caught the back judge, or whoever has got the 30-second clock. They caught him off, not really checking. He didn't think, well, there won't be a delay of game because they didn't huddle. And then all of a sudden, I'm sure he got a late start on, now they're going.
Very, very observant point, Paul. Appreciate that. 1st and goal from the 5. Clovis West means business now. Gelomini gets to the 4-yard line maybe. Hey, what about this? Now Clovis West starting to shove and push, and little extracurricular activity down there by the big fella, Charlie Taylor. When I say the big fella, 6'3", 245, that's big.
For the Clovis West line, that's probably one of their heaviest players. I said that's probably one of the biggest one. But, well, the officials are definitely let these guys carry out their runs tonight.
Sure.
You know, even there in Gelomini, I mean, I've said it on BHS, you know, hey, these guys got to blow the whistle. These guys are getting pushed backwards, and ankles are being rolled up on and grabbed and everything, and no whistle.
We have a timeout on the field, and Coach Gola, before he talks to his team, is going to have a quick little session with the head official and say, hey, listen, how long do they get for a play? How long do they get for a play?
And the white hat points to his back judge and says, it's him, Coach.
Well, Paul Press, we call ourselves the Segway specialist. Go ahead.
Here we go. Referee tonight, Jay Kennedy. Umpire, Tom Carr. Head linesman is Bob Brantley. Line judge is Randy Mayab. And back judge is A.J. Fredette. Those are the officials. They come out of Kings Tulare County area. They don't call Clovis games. They don't call Bakersfield games. They bring, for the championship, they bring officials out from a neutral area.
They've done a fine job. And Coach Gola just wants to send out a little bit of a reminder. Hey, there's a quarter and a quarter left. So keep an eye on that long time before it plays. I formation, Sweeney right behind center. 2nd and goal from the 4. Sweeney fakes it. Sweeney, is he throwing for a loss? Oh, man, he was almost throwing for a big loss.
Varvel comes in the back, and Sweeney ducks underneath Varvel and shows his strength, his leg strength here as we're watching Flashco replay. Varvel's got a beeline on him, and right there Sweeney sees him out of the corner of his eye and just kind of ducks and gets out of the way. And right there, that's some leg strength on his behalf. Now we know why Cal liked him. Very vision.
Bright, smart young man. I formation again for Clovis West. Under 2 minutes left in the 3rd. Both crowds going at it right now. Sweeney, this time to Gelomini. Gelomini
touchdown.
Looks like he's going to get in, and it is a touchdown, Clovis West.
Wow.
Well, we're going to check our replay because our man on the field, Brian Adams, says, man, that was a big-time hold on Clovis West, but I don't know if we'll see it from this angle. We have a close-up on Gelomini.
Right there.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a tackle, a takedown.
You think so? Oh, boy, Emilio Cantu was just taken down and tackled. Oh, boy.
Wow.
You got to be kidding me. I just told these cats they're doing a fine job.
Man. Take
3rd
down.
and... Oh, boy. Now Coach Gola wants a quick word with his team. And here is, watch this, everybody. You'll see right in the middle of your screen, number 54 from BHS, Emilio
right there,
Cantu is being tackled. Tackled. Oh, my goodness. Well, and the result is a touchdown. It's not as if it's in the middle of the field and it's a 3-yard game, Paul.
No.
That is a big score. So be that as it may, it's not going to get called back and it's not going to get reviewed. So the Drillers are going to have to dig very deep into their heart and their soul and their entire season that started last spring into the summer. And this 11-1 season or 12-1 season they've had. Now they're down 10 with 1:44 left in the 3rd. The Clovis West team is all fired up. The crowd is fired up. Our special thanks to our field general, Brian Adams, who saw the hold right in front of him. So we appreciate that, Brian. Oh, boy.
Well, the one thing is they're 10 points down, and not to harp on it, but the one that almost set a BHS record for yards, Vince Van Horn, is on the sideline.
Well, this is going to help. The ball gets kicked out of bounds, and coaching staff for Clovis West just kind of says, are you kidding me? After that, we kicked the ball out of bounds. So BHS right now will take any edge they can get But we've had a very exciting football game, and it's 16-6, Clovis West over BHS, 1:44 left in the third. I'm Vance Palm. We've got Paul Press up here with me on the Flash Go Scissor Lift. Brian Adams down on the field, as always, turning in his A game. And Durando is down there talking to one of his coaches. Vince Van Horn not in the football game. And here comes 1st and 10 for the Drillers. Backwards pass to Emmanuel Turner. Emmanuel Turner looks upfield, but he's completely wrapped up out there by a slew of Clovis West players. And now Elliott, Nojeriaki getting after it. Nojeriaki not pleased with Elliott's late hit.
Well, they're coming in. Tommy Noak right there comes in, makes the tackle, but there's everybody around him. And then Elliott kind of pushing down. And there it is. We see Nojeriaki turn around and say, "What are you hitting me for?" Wow. Well, he's a linebacker. He's going to come up and hit everything by the pile.
2nd and 9. Mitchell goes to his right, has some time, cuts back, throws one out here. Nice pass out there. Oh, my goodness. Right in the hands of Emmanuel Turner, who was cutting back. And, boy, did he have some real estate to work with if he made the grab. It was a well-designed play, a great route. Turner came back into the pass, and he had a lot of room to run here, but he drops the football.
Right here, Turner runs the hook route, brings it back, and right there he sees the defenders, and he's thinking, I can cut back into the middle of the field. Set for, forgot the football.
3rd and 9. 1 minute left in this third quarter. I formation for the Drillers. They very, very much need a first down here. Mitchell, screen play out to Turner. He has 3-on-2 for blocking. Turner looks for the gap. Turner, oh man. Brought down at about the 42-yard line, and that was a very, very good play out there by Urgesi, and that's the young man who had the long fumble return as well, Nick Urgesi. Oh, boy. Look at this, Paul. This developed well, but...
Right here, they've got blockers, but Urgesi right here just shows this is the best linebacking crew I've watched all year. They are fast getting to the ball, and they will punish you. These guys are fast. These linebackers take great angles, and they get there.
Well, it looks as if they're going to go for it. But what's happening?
Oh, then they switch them. They bring them off the field, get on the ball.
Well, look, for a moment they thought they were going to go for it, but then they sends the punt crew on, and now we've got a flag. Now we get... Now Coach Gola is saying, that's too much time? That's too much time? Oh, boy. Well, he asked the referee to have the back judge keep an eye on it, and that was his answer.
Well, he set his clock that time.
Boy,
set his watch. I don't know.
Now Mitchell will punt on a 4th and 9. This will be the last play of the third quarter. Perfect snap. Mitchell will punt. It's a low punt. Gets a wobbler, and it's going to get picked up at the 29-yard line. Brought down at the 27-yard line, and that is the last play of the third quarter. Drillers trail by 10, and Coach Gola said, hey, he fair caught it. How can he run it? Back in a moment with the fourth quarter. Yikes.
For over 3 decades, Flashco has been the local equipment company in Kern County. From major job sites to weekend projects, Flashco is the contractor's choice for equipment rental or purchase. We're also sign specialists using cutting-edge technology to create high-quality custom signage for anything. We're also the #1 local supplier of traffic control equipment, including signs, barricades, safety equipment, and more. Plus, our skilled mechanics will repair any make or model of heavy equipment. Flashco, we'll take care of it.
Finding an attorney can be an intimidating process.
When you hire an attorney, you're looking for 3 things: trust, respect, results.
At Young & Nichols, we deliver all 3. Let our experienced attorneys get the best results for you.
We'll always respect you and give your case the attention it deserves.
And we're professionals you can trust.
We're here, we care, always for the people.
Welcome back, fourth quarter. We're about to start it, and there's been so much going on here. There's Brian Adams standing over there, and first and foremost, Coach Gola is upset with, amongst other things, very suspect clock management by the back judge. And then on the return man calls for the fair catch and then decides he's going to take off with it. And then we had a driller that gets speared in the back. So Coach Gola right now thinking he's getting home jobbed by, wait a minute, he's at home. Sweeney out to the right side. Got a flag on the play, and we'll take any makeup calls they'll give us at this time. But
well, this is going to be a hold. Coming from where it came from, it should be a hold. But I don't know what he's signaling now. We'll see.
Our man on the film, Brian Adams, just said, who knows what the call will be this time. We are underway in the fourth quarter, and it's going to be against Clovis West. Well, our director in the truck, Bernie Johnson, as always, on top of everything, the call that was against the drillers for being too much time was officially, the call that was not made, well, let me get it right first. 1st and 20, let me call this play. We're underway in the fourth quarter. Sweeney in the shotgun. Probably will hand off to Gellamini. He's been doing it all night successfully, and he does again. Gellamini looks for the hole. This time he's hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Gets maybe 3 or 4 yards. All right. Our director, Bernie Johnson, is telling us that the play that was not called,
right,
which is when
they no huddled,
when Clovis West no huddled,
then Sweeney goes up, then changes it, barks out some things and tries to get BHS to jump.
Right.
Then steps away.
Right.
Gets the call from his offensive coach.
Right.
Comes back.
Right.
Count.
Right.
And then here it is.
29 to 30 seconds on that one. Wow. So Flannery in motion. Sweeney. Option. Decides to throw it to Gellamini. Gellamini has a head of steam, and wow, he's hit hard out there. A big hard hit by Jerry Johnson knocks him out of bounds. That'll make it 3rd and about 14. A very well-run option right here. Gellamini gets a real big full head of steam here, but watch this hit. We don't see it from that angle, but man, he's hit hard. That brings up a 3rd and 13, Paul.
Yeah, 3rd and 13. One thing I wanted to point out, though, Clovis West has a lot of seniors on the field, except for, of course, Travis Brown. But BHS, we'll get back to that in a minute, but they've got some sophomores and juniors playing.
BHS crowd trying to get behind their defense right here. 3rd down. From the shotgun, Sweeney will look. Wants Thornton. Throws to Thornton in the distance. Thornton can't make the catch, almost. And that was on Alex Mitchell. Mitchell right there, but Thornton almost pulled that baby down. And that'll bring up a 4th down, so a good stop for the drillers right there.
Yeah, they needed this stop right there. They're trying to get Alex Mitchell isolated, and they do a good job. They get him isolated with the slot receiver right there. And he just runs, well, we commonly call a smash 7 route right out there. He just is a speed out, trying to beat him out there deep and get the 1st down. Now a little bit of confusion on who's on the field with the drillers.
Oh, no.
They called a timeout to save the penalty because right now you get too many guys on the field.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 11. They would have had 12. Coach Gola burns a timeout.
And he's not happy.
With 11 minutes left in the football game.
But he had to do that. It's very frustrating as a defensive coach to make a stop like that. I'm talking from experience. When I used to be a defense coordinator, we stop a team.
All right, so here we go, everybody. For our viewers, this is in real time, the play that did not get called for delay of game. He's going, this is real time, goes for the hard count, nobody jumps again. Then he walks over, looks at the coaches for a minute, takes a good look. Driller's standing up, goes back, takes another thing, barks at the center, steps back, takes a look at things, orders a Coca-Cola and pizza, and then snaps it. And that's when Gola came out and said, are you kidding me? How long do they have to run a play? Has a word with the
And that's
referee.
that was a big down. Big gain. And let's not forget, they marked that, they chucked the ball, they marked it probably 2 or 3 seconds before that.
Right.
Because he put it down, they marked it. But the back judge didn't start his little wristwatch to get the count.
Vince Van Horn back in the football game. He will be returning a punt possibly.
Well, I wouldn't put him back there right now. I would put him in an offense and let him catch the ball, but I don't know about a punt.
Oh, Drillers almost get it, and it might go to Van Horn. Van Horn hopefully will let it go. Van Horn, step away,
Get
step
away.
away. Oh, it just follows Van Horn's feet all the way to the 22-yard line. That football it's like Van Horn had a magnet on his foot, and that just kept going. So now a long punt, and everything's starting to go Clovis West's way right now. Watch his football. It's just following Van Horn's feet, saying, pick me up, pick me up, pick me up. He does not do it. Now it's going to be 1st and 10 on, I think, the 23-yard line. So 1st and 10 for BHS, 10:47. They need to score a touchdown and a field goal to tie this thing up. Ojiraki way out right. Van Horn in the slot. Turner in motion. Mitchell throws this one up. The confusion on the route. Ooh, man. He faked the backwards pass to Turner, laid it out there to Ojiriaki, and now Negrete is down. So now Negrete's got a cramp. So these are the big names for Clovis West that are starting to kind of get some pain in their bodies.
Yeah, right there. They didn't fool anybody on that one. Negrete was just hanging out, waiting for Ojiriaki to come there. No reason to jump on that bubble screen, that little bubble out there. Clovis West not biting on that. That's too well of a disciplined team. But they've got to get Mitchell out. I think they'll probably roll him out to his right, let him create somewhere out here.
Now Ojiriaki and Van Horn way out right. 2nd and 10. 4th quarter, 10:42 left in the game. Valley Championship between the Drillers and Clovis West. Mitchell this time goes to Turner. Turner looking for some upfield blocking. Turner's almost loses his footing, cuts back to about the 26, 27-yard line. And now it's going to be 3rd and short. 3rd about 3. And as we see on our flash score replay, Turner looks for a gap, cuts upfield, and thank goodness he keeps his feet because he gets about 2 or 3 more yards, which they're going to need. 3rd and 7. I formation. Durando right behind Mitchell. Everybody in tight. Now Turner wants to throw. He cuts it across and throws it. It's picked off. Daniel Motrell gets knocked out of bounds. There's a flag on the play. The ball was thrown by Emmanuel Turner, deflected by a Driller, and picked off midfield.
Well, hopefully the call will be holding on Clovis West on one of the BHS receivers, but we'll see. Roughing the passer. That's going to bring it back. Wow. Well, here's Mitchell over to Turner, and Turner's going to let go of it here. Does he get hit? Do we see he get hit? At the very end, he gets laid out by Tommy Nowak. Tommy Nowak laid him out, so wow. Man, that's a big call. It's a big call. And all the Driller faithful will take that any day. And now we're trying to get this crowd up on their feet over here on the BHS side. That'll make it 1st and 10. Now the Clovis West side over there saying, boo, come on. Well, it is what it is. 9:51 left in this football game. The Drillers need to score a TD and then a field goal to at least tie. Mitchell out here to Ojiriaki. Ojiriaki has the room. Ojiriaki makes nice one move, 2 nice moves, gets up to about the 40-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 40. Brian Adams, I hear you clucking down there, big guy. What are you saying?
You got to get your 2 best players offensively in the game involved. These guys have gotten combined over 100-something catches together, over almost 2,000 yards. You got to get them involved in the game, so let them make the plays for you and get you back in and win it.
Appreciate that, Brian, as I see you down there standing next to George Ming. George Ming in a very important part of this football team to bring them where they are. Now Mitchell, that's going to be a stoppage of play. Flag comes out. Wow. And let's see what it is. It's going to be false start against the Bakersfield High Drillers. So after that big momentum play, Paul, they've got to stop and go back 5 yards. But let me finish that thought on young George Ming down there, one of the hardest hitting Drillers ever, and one of the great players for the BHS Blue, out with a fracture. He's been out for a while now, but I had a chance to talk to his aunt, and I know his parents real well. And George, we know you want to be out there, but you've been at every practice. You've been at every Chalk Talk. You've been there the whole time. And George Bing, we hope these drillers can pull out a big win. 1st and 15 from the 45-yard line. Mitchell wants to go to the air again. This time it's going to be underthrown to Van Horn. He tries to do the one-hopper and fool everybody, but it doesn't, and that'll bring up 2nd and 15.
Good thing is George Ming's only a junior, and he'll be coming back. They try to get the ball right out here as we watch this Flash Go instant replay. Try to get the little bubble out to Van Horn, but one hop's out there. And, I don't understand. If I was BHS, I would be trying to get Ojeriaki over on the left side, mashed up with number 2. Nothing against number 2, but he is 5'10". That's Andy Trujillo.
Here we go. So now, they must hear you, Paul, because now Moultrie one-on-one with Ojeriaki, but he gives him a lot of room. Mitchell now has a ton of room, throws it over here, and it's caught. What a great catch. Woo! That was
a little short.
A great pass on the run, and an incredible catch. Oh, boy, watch this, Kern County. Here it is, Mitchell on the run, throws it right into your living room. That is a great catch. All right, for some of you, you might even be able to hear Paul and Brian on our intercoms.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all right. We're talking so close. We're so fired up. That was a big play. You called it. You and Brian both called it. Match these two up. They did it. Mitchell fires one over to Ojeriaki. Van Horn, way out left. Nobody with him yet.
They got a match up down here.
3rd and 3, 9:07 left in the Valley Championship game. Oh, they go the hard count. Who jumps this time? They got him.
Well, momentum is a big part of football. But we got to remember, look, it's 4:07 left. This
9:07.
Is that 9?
You better watch yourself there, Paul Press. I'm going to have a heart attack up the scissor lift.
Yeah. I looked down and saw one of the lights burned out. Thought that was a 4. Thank goodness.
Oh, man.
But they are taking up some time on this drive. But as long as they go down with that much time left and they score, I'll correct myself. If they go down scoring, make this a 3-point game, and their defense holds true, it could come down to the last drive of the night, which we all knew it was going to be.
Officially, 9:07. 1st and 10. Clovis West 27-yard line. Mitchell, Ojeriaki again. Mitchell throws it in the corner, has it, and it is a touchdown! Touchdown! Ojeriaki pulls down a huge Division I touchdown pass. That is big time, and now the Clovis West players screaming at the officials. Nathan Fellner, Kyle Negretti, Andy Trujillo, extremely vociferous right in the face of the officials. Oh boy, take it easy, fellas. That's a touchdown, any way you slice it.
Here we go. This is a big kick, though. This is a big kick. If they miss this, they're 4 down right now.
They're not going to miss this. Alex Mitchell's going to hold it, and Pete Mitchell's going to blast it through. The snap, the hold, the kick, it's up, and it's a 3-point ball game. 16-13. Here's our big-time touchdown catch here from Emmanuel Ojeriaki. Paul?
Right here where they get Ojeriaki matched up with Trio 5'10". He does a double move right there. He had to stop, a little hitch. He gets back, throw the ball up. There you go, Pete. Throw the ball up. Watch him get up right here. Gets up and grabs the ball, turns his back to the defender right there. That is big-time football. Pete Mitchell throws it up, and he goes up. And then what I liked about it was he plants his feet, he turns his back to the defender, screens out the defender just like in basketball, which you would know about, Vance. And then how you teach your guys in the paint, use your body?
Absolutely. Paul Press, Brian Adams, you guys, it's a pleasure to be with you here tonight in the Valley Championship game. Exactly 9 minutes left. And now everybody's up on that BHS side, everybody up on that Clovis West side. Interstate 99 tonight is going to have a lot of traffic on it regardless of this football game, but a lot of traffic after this football game heading back north. Clovis West wants to go home with a Valley Championship. They've had a tough road to get here, and now the Drillers, trailing by 3, will kick this football up. It's going to be up, and it's going to be handled by Moultrie. Moultrie goes into the end zone, and they'll be 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. Now, he caught it outside and then went in.
Yeah, but once you take it in high school football on the kickoff, once it carries you in, you can't take it out. Right. You can't take it out. And once again, we get a late whistle. I don't know if these guys were confused about because there's paint back there. Right there, he steps out. He's trying to toe walk it, but he's already back across the goal line. But about, I would say, 2 feet behind that, or 1 yard, maybe 3 feet, they have the blue and white checkered. So
1st and 10 for Clovis West. 8:58 left in this Valley Championship football game. Sweeney hands to Gelomini. No, Sweeney on a keeper. Goes left. Sweeney, can he get outside? Alex Mitchell drags him down, and Sweeney with the stiff arm gets the first down. That's a really nice football play right there. Now Durando listening to Coach Gola. Coach Gola and Durando having a quick discussion.
Boy, here we go.
What
Clovis
a brilliant
West,
call.
no huddle.
Clovis West, no huddle. They move the chains, and now Sweeney will come up. From the second game of the season to this game, Bo Sweeney's improved dramatically. He goes for the hard count. Nobody jumps again. Great job by the Drillers. Now let's watch this.
Oh, I hope the back judge said it.
36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27. Oh, boy, they got it off with 1 second. Or did they? Well, the back judge isn't the one that threw the flag, so who's it going to be?
Well, all I can imagine is,
What's
what
the
do we
call?
got?
Okay.
False start. Okay. They got a movement. All I can say is this back judge must be getting fooled when Clovis West doesn't go into a huddle. I don't know if he's not setting his watch.
But Paul, no huddle or not, they moved the chains, and once the chains were set, boom.
That's what I'm saying, but
okay.
he's not setting it. He sees no huddle, so he's thinking they're going to snap the ball. They're in a hurry up, and he's late getting on his watch or something. I don't know.
8:22 left in this football game. For those of you that have just gotten to your TV, wowee. I don't know if gotten's a word, but I'll use it now. 3-point lead for Clovis West. Thornton in motion. Sweeney has been trying to go hard count. Maybe an option again. This time it is Gelomini. This time the Drillers all over it. A great read out there, and Coach Gola on top of that one. Saw that one coming.
And Gelomini, the workhorse, comes up limping a little bit on his left ankle. Looked like he rolled it a little bit out there towards the sideline.
And thank goodness he went out of bounds.
Right there, yeah, he goes to stop, and his left ankle, he rolled it right there. And he went out of bounds, which stops the clock, the 8:12. But I was going to figure they would just be riding Gelomini on this drive all the way.
Maybe not. Now it's 2nd and 15. Drillers trying to make something happen here on defense. Sweeney looks to his right. Sweeney in trouble. Sweeney gets brought down. What a sack. A huge, huge sack out there by Anthony Padilla.
Wow.
Brian Adams, the reason he got the sack is that nobody could get open.
Well, Vance is exactly right. Everybody was covering them up. Vince Van Horn is back on defense. They had everybody blanketed. Great defense, and then the great pressure up the middle with the sack.
Hey, Brian, thank you for that. Brian Adams, a champion in his own right for the Drillers. Played also for UCLA. And we are privileged to have him down on the sidelines. Brian, I'm going to throw it right back down to you. You've lived this moment for a lot of years on that grass. Take a look, turn around and look at that crowd, Brian. What do you think?
Well, Vance, it brings back a lot of fond memories when you hear this crowd. It's almost like you said, you hear something about a 12th man, but that big brick stadium almost wills you into making plays sometimes. And I was watching some of the kids on the sideline when they were down. A couple kids stayed up. Turner and Pete Mitchell, Vance, were going to all the players, and Emmanuel Gigliotti talking to the guys saying, hey, it was not over. We got time to make plays. And they've never given up. But this is what you want in a championship game.
Yeah,
you want to have some ebbs and some flows. You want to see some battles. And you want to come out and say we won the title despite poor officiating, despite fumbles. We just came out and took it to them. They got a lot of time. And if they score, Vance, and get the ball back, there's still a lot of time for Clovis West.
Louis Miranda now taking Brian Adams' cue. And Louis Miranda was in everybody's face mask, getting this team pumped up. 3rd and 20. The biggest third down defensive stance for the 2000 season for the Drillers right here. Sweeney has Gelomini to his left. Wants to go left. Sweeney rolls to his right, and he can run. Sweeney in trouble. Sweeney ran out of bounds. Oh, great defense out there by Marcus Nelson, and again Louis Padilla. So the Driller crowd up on their feet. Paul Press Yeah, it's cold, but that's not why I have goosebumps. What a great play.
Wow, this is deafening up here. This crowd is right in our backs, folks. Let me tell you, we're 30-plus feet up in the air, and the stadium, we're even with almost the top of the stadium, and the noise is about pushing, vibrating my back up here. I have a big jacket on, but boy, the BHS defensive backfield had such good coverage. Man, here goes the punt. Let's see what happens now.
All right. Not a bad punt whatsoever, but we're going to have time for it. Oh, and he covers it up. Nice job out there by Emmanuel Turner. And he fair caught it and actually didn't try to run with it. So first and down for the Drillers at the 44-yard line. Now the crowd's up. Drillers trying to get the crowd up, and now it's going to be about very, very smart decisions on behalf of the Driller offense. Fortunately, quarterback Peter Mitchell, a record holder already for the Drillers, and Brian Adams, I can hear you in my ear saying, go back to the E-man. That's Ojeriaki. Now he's got Andy Trujillo on him.
They got a matchup. Same matchup on the touchdown. Trujillo was out over him on the touchdown.
Mitchell looks left, fires one across. Oh, my goodness. Intended out there for Varvel, just a hair behind him, and that ball hangs out in the air for a couple seconds. Oh, boy. Brian Adams, I've got to go down to you. You are the receiver. Talk to us.
Well, Vance, at this point in time, this is not about spreading the wealth. This is about going to the guy that's going to make plays. And I think you got to put the ball in the air. Van Horn and Giuliani got to get the ball. They cannot not have the ball in their hands.
Very good. 2nd and 10, 7:19. There's still a lot of time left in this football game, but it doesn't seem like it. Mitchell rolls to his left, stop, plants, has a lot of time, but he's got people behind him. Now he throws out here to Ojeriaki. Ojeriaki taken down at the 38-yard line. First down, Drillers. On our flash score replay, first of all, you see Peter Mitchell pump, come back to his right. He looks, he's got good blocking, and he puts it right on the money to Emmanuel Ojeriaki, 2 superstars for this Driller football team.
And Ojeriaki doing what he needed to do. He came back across the field to his quarterback.
Wow. Now, Richardson and Trujillo on Ojeriaki. So they've got 2 on Ojeriaki. Mitchell goes to his left. Mitchell fires one out, and this one is, oh my goodness, of all people, the always reliable Vince Van Horn drops this one, and man, Mitchell put this one right between the twos.
I think it might have been tipped right here, maybe just a finger and throws off the timing. Right there, I don't think so. Just gets there.
Yikes.
It blocked out of the vision, though. Lost track of the ball for just a second, but maybe a little foggy still.
Well, of course, in the back of the mind of head coach Paul Gola is we most certainly need to get this within field goal range. I know they want to get in for 7, but for 6, but now Mitchell in the high formation has Durando with him, and they give it to Durando. Here comes the workhorse. Oh my goodness, Durando, first down, BHS. Well, Paul Press, I should have said it out loud. Because I thought, man, this is a great time for Durando. My fault. Should have said it, but I didn't.
No, I saw it in your eyes. You were looking at it. You were like, oh! And they snapped the ball. And you were right. We've watched BHS Drillers over the year, and Mark Durando come up big time.
6:37 left in the football game. Valley Championship on the line. Mitchell looks over to Ojeriaki. Throws behind the pass. Oh, and did he go down? They don't call him down. We'll take it.
Wow.
Well, Emmanuel Turner basically gets up to the line of scrimmage, so it wasn't if it was like a monumental play, but, I just don't want him to go down and have any momentum stopped.
Right here, the athleticism. Look at that. He puts one hand down, but his knee does not touch. Emmanuel Turner just showing how fleet-footed he is, and just an athlete right there. And every time I call one of the Drillers games, I've got to say, Emmanuel Turner's got the biggest smile and the biggest heart on any one of the kids I've ever met. He's a great young man.
Under 6 minutes left in the Valley Championship. BHS trails by 3. 2nd and 10 on Clovis West 23-yard line. Mitchell looks over to Ojeriaki. Now they're going to do it again to Turner. Turner cuts upfield. Turner up to about the 17, 18-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. Oh boy, 5.5 left. Our flash go replay shows Emmanuel Turner cuts up, covers up that ball, ducks in there, and Anything and everything you could have asked for here in this football game for a Valley Championship, you have been given.
Well, one thing is, I see some of the linebackers for Clovis West, their hands are on their hips.
The middle's wide open for Durando. Mitchell, he's going to use him to block. Mitchell fires one over here. Oh my goodness. Jeriaki slipped and fell down, so no call there, but now it brings up a 4th and 5 and the oh-so-important field goal to tie it up. And this is absolutely nerve-wracking.
They had it right there, as we see on a flash go replay. Ojeriaki runs him off, plants. They connect. That would have been a first down.
So Mitchell to kick a 35-yarder to tie it up. The snap, the hold, the kick, it's up, and it is
good.
Good. We're tied up. 16-16. Peter Mitchell with a 35-yard field goal. He's breaking every record as a quarterback, and he's putting the football through the field goal post as a kicker. Oh, my goodness, Paul Press.
Well, I said it on the pregame show. Bo Sweeney is a Division I quarterback, but Pete Mitchell is one of the best high school quarterbacks to play. He's not going to go Division I because of his height and his arm strength, but all this kid does is win games. That's all he does. You get a shot of him right there.
Down the middle. His brother holds it for him, and he smacks it through. And there's a look at Peter Mitchell as the starters kind of all huddle up, and I think I just read his lips and said, hey, this thing's not over. You're talking about a Clovis West team that beat Fresno Edison last week. They beat Corona Centennial when they were ranked #1 in the state. They have Sweeney at quarterback, Gellamini at back, injured linebackers stepping back into the game because they don't want to be out of this thing. So 4:51 left, and I hope my heart can take it. Woo, boy. Here's the kickoff. Another long kick, and that probably will go into the end zone. Fumble! Oh, boy. Well, was he in or was he out? Moultrie now wrapped up at the 12-yard line. Late flag, a late flag way out here midfield. And that was from the official who was standing on the BHS sideline, so.
Well, here's the call on this back. When his foot was in the end zone, but the ball never broke the goal line plane. The ball was out there, so it was very close.
Okay, Paul.
So he could return it there. Now let's look at the call.
Man, what's this call going to be? Holding on Clovis West.
That'll move them back a little bit. Should be, where'd they mark the ball down? They marked it down at the 13, so that would be half the distance. They should get it somewhere around the 6. They marked it down at the 12. There you go. Do the math. 6-yard line right there. So, Clovis West, long ways to go. These Golden Eagles. But as the director says in our ear, they've gone a long way before, and yes, they have.
4:44 left, 16-16. Sweeney hands the ball out to Gellamini, and he is hammered at the line of scrimmage by who else? Mark Durando. So Mark Durando lays the wood right at the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 maybe as we go below the 4.5-minute mark here. I'm Vance Palm. I've got Paul Press with me up on the Flash Go Scissor Lift. Brian Adams, thank goodness we have our anchor down on the field. He's at midfield, poised, quiet, poignant, completely at ease with all of this hypertension in my voice. 2nd and 8. This time, the handoff goes to Nathan Fellner, and Fellner's probably thinking, my goodness, I've carried the ball maybe 2 times all game, and now I'm getting handed to me with less than 4 minutes left in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 8.
Fellner, another one of Jim Sweeney's grandsons out there. He's got 3 grandsons, plays for Clovis West. Negretti, Sweeney, and Fellner, all grandchildren of former head coach Jim Sweeney, and they all know football. In Clovis West, what I like about him, I don't see any panic in the huddle.
Third and 7, Paul. 3rd and 7. 3:25 left in the Valley Championship. We're tied up at 16. What a football game. Sweeney drops back. He wants to go long. He has Thornton open across the middle. Overthrows him. Emmanuel Turner was close, but oh boy, that right there could have been really, really sketchy right there. Well, Brian Adams, tell us about the route, Brian Adams.
Well, Vance, when you get that kind of coverage to the receiver, I prefer to run a corner route because I can give him a head fake to the post. The defensive back has to go inside, and I can come out to the outside wide open. And it's an easier throw for the quarterback. That's a hard throw. You almost have to throw it perfect. But one thing we talked about is, can Sweeney put the ball on the mark? And tonight he's been a little bit off, and that's been a trademark, and they're suffering.
A booming punt. Alex Mitchell's going to let that go wisely. Just let it go. That thing is a 69-yard punt.
Wow.
That was a beauty right there. And I'll tell you what, that's an important 69-yard punt, Paul, because with Alex Mitchell holding for his brother Peter Mitchell, that's good brother karma for a winning field goal.
Yeah.
Here we go, Brian Adams. What can Pete Mitchell do?
Go to his horses. you got to go to the horses now.
Well, this BHS crowd just incredibly pumped up. 3 minutes and 1 second left in regulation. Valley Championship at stake. Pete Mitchell goes to his left. All his receivers are there. Pete Mitchell cuts back to his right. Pete Mitchell has a lot of room. Pete Mitchell cuts back up. Behind you, Pete. And Peter gets brought down at the 41-yard line. What a huge first down for the BHS Drillers. Or did he get the first?
Well, if he didn't, it's going to be second and inches. Second and inches. We watch Pete Mitchell. Whoop, 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 whoop. And there he goes. Now,
all right, 2.5 left. Clock continues to tick. They need to get it down to about the 25-yard line, and that would make it a very long field goal to win it. Mitchell goes to his right. Throws across the middle. What a nice pass out there. Does he get out of bounds? No, he doesn't. He stays in bounds, Emmanuel Turner. First down.
But it is a first down, so it does stop the clock for a second while they move the chains.
Now Clovis West starting to feel the pressure. You can see some of the linebackers and the DBs second guessing, not really knowing exactly what to cover. But Turner did not get out of bounds, so now the clock will start to tick again. And we'll dip below 2 minutes as this play is being ran. 16-16 in a Valley Championship game. Mitchell throws, and this was a quick slant into Emmanuel Turner again. Turner brought down at the 45-yard line. Only a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. Clock continues to tick. You're watching the Bright House Network's Bakersfield High School football game of the year. Forget about game of the week. Valley Championship, we've got a timeout on the field with 1:43 left. We are all tied up. Well, if you have, for some reason, just made it in front of your television and you were watching this game, look at that. 1:43 left in the Valley Championship regulation time. 16-16 is the score. My name is Vance Palm. I've got Paul Press up here with me and our cameraman Kevin in the Splash Go Scissor Lift. Brian Adams down on the field. And this is really something else. Look at all these names. Ojeriaki, Van Horn, Barvell, just to name a few. And Driller crowd is up. Clovis West crowd is up. We are on the fabled Griffith Field at BHS. You know, you can try to make up scripts that are this juicy and drip with that much nostalgia, but sometimes the unscripted drama just kind of unfolds at its best right here. 1:45. Here we go, 2nd and 5 after the BHS timeout. Mitchell looks over at Emmanuel Turner. Nelson, horse collared at the 42-yard line. They need some more yards here, so now it's going to be 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, a minute and a half. Here comes Mitchell, no huddle. Now Ojeriaki is going to be covered man-to-man out there by Daniel Moultrie. Mitchell looks over to Ojeriaki. He's got it now if he wants Ojeriaki. They hand the ball off at the middle. What a nice run. First down, Drillers, Nelson. Oh, Jeriaki was being guarded man-to-man out there covered by Daniel Moultrie. And now it looks as though Coach Gola trying to get things set up for a 3-point field goal win, but you never know. Oh, Jeriaki could go to the corner. Van Horn is split way out left. So is Matthew Varvel. Emmanuel Turner in the slot. Durando right behind him. 1:09 left in regulation. Durando on a big carry up the middle. Ooh, gets tripped up, or it might have been more. It'll be 2nd and about 4. Coach Gola looks over at Mitchell, says, hurry up, get up there, Peter. 55, 54, 53, 52, 51. 2nd and 4. Mitchell as calm as ever. Has Durando right behind him. Will they go to Ojeriaki in the corner? Right below us. Mitchell looks left. Oh!
And they try to go to Emmanuel Turner in that quick slant and throws way behind him. They have 21 Ojeriaki out here matched up with 22. Moultrie one-on-one. Moultrie's been up on him and squatting on him, but now he backs off and gives him room. Ojeriaki could have released in, ran the skinny post or even the fade route, get it up. One-on-one again, no safety help over the top down here.
3rd and 4, 37 seconds left in the regulation time. Mitchell looks for Ojeriaki in the corner, goes up and it is caught! Oh, is it? Oh my gosh, he had it in his hands right below me. I thought he had it. I'm sorry, everybody, I thought he had it.
It looked like he had it. He had it. As we watch the flash code replay, see if we can see it. Moultrie does a good job of playing hands right now. Right there. Get up. Get up. Now he's coming back. Moultrie's beat. He knows it, so he puts his hand right up in between Ojeriaki's two hands and just strips the ball. And that's right there, which brings up 4th and 3rd. And it looks like they're going to try to kick the field goal.
This is to win it. This is not to win it, sorry, to go ahead. This is to take the lead with 30 seconds left. This is to take the lead. Coach Gola calls his own timeout.
Yes.
And let's just take a big breath here. 4th and 4. The ball is at the 27-yard line. The tee is at the 34-yard line. Sorry, 33.5-yard line. So that means it'll be a 43.5-yard field goal to take the lead in this Valley Championship football game. I have Brian and Paul discussing quite a bit right now, actually. With 30 seconds left, the lead could go to the Drillers with this big field goal kick.
This is 40, almost 45 yards.
43.5 yards officially. Cooper Damon will snap. Alex Mitchell will hold. Peter Mitchell will put it up. It is up. It is good!
And we get him.
A flag after the kick.
Why is the flag?
Well, first of all, Sean Andrews comes over, and I think the call is excessive celebration, and because there's still 25 seconds left in the football game, the referees will accept nothing as far as excessive celebration. The game's not over yet.
Well,
so, with 25 seconds left, the Drillers lead by 3. The officials discussing it. And it looked as though Coach Gola was having a stern word with Sean Andrews. Sean Andrews said, hey, Coach, I didn't do anything. But I think what they're saying is that with all of the excitement and jubilation of the Drillers, and if nothing else, the gentleman that kicked it, Peter Mitchell, sprinted down the football field. Who knows what? But there's Alex Mitchell, his brother, on the hold.
Well,
and Paul, I don't know.
Well, I don't think it was on Peter Mitchell and Alex Mitchell sprinting down the field. What I think happened is one player came off the sideline and stepped onto the field and was cheering.
Oh,
at that point, they called it,
here we go.
That's
Watch
a celebration.
This. What a great camera angle. Here it is, possibly a Valley Championship. Comes right through and whoa.
And
well, here we go. This football game It's
Wow.
not over. This football game not over by any means. 19-16. Oh my goodness gracious. A lot of unanswered points by the BHS Drillers, and now they will have to kick off at their own 25-yard line. So now Clovis West trying to get themselves in position for a field goal to send it into overtime. You got to be kidding me. Oh my goodness.
Wow. That's a big penalty.
Yeah,
big
it is.
penalty. I hope it wasn't on the players on the field, because they never looked over at Clovis West. They were just celebrating and ran off the field.
Here we go. The foot of Craig McMahon Jr. needs to put this as far as he can. Good, he gets it up high. It's going to be taken by Moultrie at the 19.
Oh, no.
Moultrie looking for some room. Moultrie, can he get oh, what a nice move he makes. Moultrie still on his feet. Gets brought down at the 37-yard line. Not bad with 18 seconds left. One thing for certain, the Drillers cannot let anything get behind them. Make Clovis West try and kick a 35 to 45 to 50-yarder if they can even get that close, Paul.
Well, what we're going to see is that we're going to see BHS bring it to him, because you don't want to give Sweeney time to sit back and launch a deep one.
Well,
bring the pressure at him. Bring the pressure at him. Don't let him sit back and throw it deep.
Let's see, because they've only got two on the line of scrimmage. So they're going with the exact opposite of that, Paul.
Wow.
Sweeney is going to have all the time he needs. 18 seconds left. Sweeney rolls over to his left. Sweeney wants to let one go. Sweeney throws this out, and it is going to be caught. No way!
That's why you don't let him sit back and throw the perfect pass.
Well, Paul.
That's why you don't let him sit back and throw the perfect pass.
And
all night long, you've not let him set his feet and throw. All night long, you've been having Bo Sweeney not being able to set his feet. This time, he sets his feet and throws a strike. That's a beautiful strike right there to Gellamini. Gellamini coming out of the backfield, runs the wheel route.
All right. Here we go. 19 to 16, 10 seconds left. They're going to try to get one more play in to give them some position. I don't know how they're going to do it. Sweeney to Gellamini. Gellamini is going to get brought down, and they call timeout immediately. Here we go again. We're going to show you this play. A brilliant call, and with all the time in the world, Sweeney goes to his left, turns back around, sets his feet, and hey everybody, watch this pass. That's beautiful. Cal Berkeley's gonna love having this guy. That was perfect. Now Gellamini, fortunately for the Drillers, gets shoved out of bounds. But here it is. We already know about Nick Rolfe. This guy has a foot. So the last night of November in 2007 brings us a Valley Championship that will live forever. To send this to overtime. A 42-yarder, Rolfe up, and it is
wide left.
No good! No good! Wide left! The Drillers win the Valley Championship! Oh yeah! Drillers win! Nick Rolfe rifles a football wide left. No good.
Wow.
And now Clovis West starting to show their displeasure.
Ojeriaki. Somebody came off the Clovis West bench and went after Ojeriaki.
Clovis West players losing their cool. The Valley Championship goes to BHS. Coach Gola trying to get his players off of the field. The Clovis West players screaming onto the field to attack Ojeriaki. Bakersfield High School Drillers defeat the Clovis West Golden Eagles 19-16 in a football game on Bright House Network's Bakersfield that is going to be watched over and over and over again. The Drillers win the Valley Championship. When we come back, We'll all be downfield for the Barber Honda Player of the Game in our closing comments. Drillers win.
Jump into a life you love. Jump into geology. Jump into culinary arts.
Jump into a life you love.
Jump into a life you love. Jump into music.
With an amazing low cost per credit
Jump into a life you love.
and financial aid,
Jump into acting.
Bakersfield College is more affordable than
Jump
ever.
into a life you love. Jump into college.
Your life's waiting, so jump.
For over 3 decades, Flashco has been the local equipment company in Kern County. From major job sites to weekend projects, Flashco is the contractor's choice for equipment rental or purchase. We're also sign specialists using cutting-edge technology to create high-quality custom signage for anything. We're also the #1 local supplier of traffic control equipment, including signs, barricades, safety equipment, and more. Plus, our skilled mechanics will repair any make or model of heavy equipment. Flashco, we'll take care of it.
The Barber Honda Player of the Game.
Welcome back, everybody. Wow, what a Valley Championship to finish off the 07 season. We are joined by Sam Croft, the sales manager at Barber Honda. Well, Sam, the Barber Honda Player of the Game was Peter Mitchell, but there's no way we're going to have him here tonight. We will get him his awards. But Sam, why don't you tell us just how important it is for Barber Honda to be involved in epic moments like this?
Well, I still got chill bumps. I think I should be putting on a helmet or something. But we are very pleased, and I think I speak for everyone at Barber Honda, that we're glad to be a participant in it. It's just this, when you come to this, it's what makes it all exciting, and you're glad you're part of the whole process.
Just so you know, Kern County, Sam is at every game. He sits and watches the game. We've had him on screen before, sitting there eating a hot dog at an East High football game. So, Sam, on behalf of everybody, thank you very much, and we wish you the best of holiday seasons.
Same to you. Thank you. I'm glad I've got to enjoy it with you guys.
Thank you very much, Sam.
Sam's
Brian
been
and
my
Paul,
pleasure.
we all appreciate it. Thank you very much, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, Brian, Paul, hey, we got him.
Oh,
Let's
there
do
he
it.
is.
Bring him back in here. Sam, get in here.
Come on
Get in
back,
here,
come on
Sam.
back, come on.
Here we go. Oh,
give him a
give your
kiss,
mama a
Mom.
hug. Give your mama a hug.
Sam, I'm gonna bring you
Sam,
back
come
in,
here.
Sam.
Well, here he is, everybody. Peter Mitchell, and another phenomenal performance. You're our first Barber Honda Player of the Game award winner, the first game of the year. Peter, we're glad that we were able to catch you here. What a big-time football game. Before we talk about the Barber Honda award, why don't you tell us about your teammates and just how proud you are of them to pull this thing out down at the half?
Well, we're so proud. You know, we came out since January, working. Either too hot, too cold, but, you know, we kept going through it, showed a lot of desire. And, you know, I'm very proud of them. They stuck in and got the game.
Peter, Ojeriaki seemed to have pretty much have the handle on anybody he wanted out there, but you tried to spread it around. Was it more just to kind of keep the defense on their heels, or tell us your thought process on the offense?
Yeah, they started cheating way over to the strong side, so we tried to catch them on the weak side a lot more. And then when we got them to slide back that way, we'd go back to the other side. So it was just playing a chess match with them.
We don't have all the numbers yet on whether or not you've broken some big-time records, but you came in with some big numbers. Does that mean as much to you for your own numbers or to win a Valley Championship?
Oh, Valley Championship win means so much more. But I'm very fortunate. God bless me. You know, got the records, and it's all, you know, Valley Championship is the main thing.
When your brother holds the ball, for you to make a kick like that, how special is that?
You know, I wouldn't change it for the world. That was awesome. I just told him, hey, Alex, get the ball on the tee, and I'll kick it.
Well, Peter, we owe you some stuff from your first game. I know we didn't get all your stuff to you from your first game. We'll get you the hardware, but Sam is here to present the Barber Honda Player of the Year, we feel, tonight here. Peter Mitchell, go ahead, Sam.
Well, congratulations for becoming a habit seeing you here. Here's some awards from both of us and Bright House, Barber Honda and Bright House. Congratulations on a great game. Inspires me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Peter, I can't let you leave first just yet because I know that Brian has some questions for you. Go ahead, B.
Well, Pete, what I'm so impressed with you is how you stayed in the game. I was fortunate to be on the sideline, listen to you. You and I got to talk a little bit tonight. But what I like is when the team went down, you and Eric Turner continue to keep the guys up, saying we got some plays left in us. Talk a little bit about that, how you've been able to keep guys' heads up.
Well, you know, we've been taught throughout our whole career that, you know, you keep your head up. Anything can happen. Play the game hard, and, you know, we stuck in. Me and E-Man started telling guys, hey, let's go. All the lines started jumping in, and we all tagged along.
Can't let you go yet. Paul Press.
Pete, I just want to say congratulations. I've been saying all year, it's going to be your legs. It's going to be your legs. Well, it wasn't all your legs. It was the leg. What were you thinking when you lined up to kick that goal-head field goal?
Well, I thought, you know, take a deep breath, kick the ball. There's no, can't be technical about it. You know, just let God guide the ball right through the uprights.
Very good, Peter. Get out here. You got a ton of interviews to do. Oh, wait a minute. One more. Go ahead.
You two can't do this.
Okay, go ahead.
Welcome to the Driller.
All right, Peter, get out of here. Sam's, have some fun. See you, buddy. All right, we got to wrap this thing up. Paul Press, your final thoughts on this Valley Championship game.
Drillers win the Thriller. Congratulations to the Driller Nation for getting ring number 34.
Wow, Brian Adams, you were a part of all those numbers. Your final thoughts on this 19-16 Valley Championship win.
Well, Vance, you know, you talk about all the time. It wouldn't be special unless you have people like this. He's been around the Driller. Come out here. He's been around this Driller program for years. When I was a young man out here, and it's the people like this to come out and support this program and make it what it is. And you're all very special to be part of it as a fan or a player. Yeah. And I couldn't ask for anything more. I got two great guys I've been doing this stuff with for the last 3 years, Bernie the truck and the guys. I just appreciate everybody's help.
On behalf of Brian, Paul, the Driller faithful, Sam, our director Bernie Johnson, and everyone at Bright House Networks Bakersfield, we thank all of our sponsors for being a big part of this. What a special, special night in Kern County. Drillers win another Valley Championship. On behalf of everybody, I'm Vance Palm. Good night. God bless.
Yeah.
Bakersfield, are you ready for game day? The CFCB Roadrunners are ready to take on all new NCAA Division I opponents. This is runner basketball like never before. Buy season tickets today beginning at just $100 for a full season of D1 hoops against teams like Oregon State, Utah State, San Jose State, Fresno State, UOP, Long Beach State, Pepperdine, and more. Go to GoRunners.com for a full schedule or call 654-BLUE to reserve your seats for this historic Roadrunner basketball season. Get ready for a fun and exciting season of runner leagues.
When you get injured, you may be facing an insurance company that has a lot of money to fight your case.
You need a lawyer on your side who's willing to fight the insurance companies and take your case to trial.
If you've suffered serious injuries in an accident, don't let them make you a victim twice.
At Young & Nichols, we've got the experience to take your case all the way.
I'm Steve Nichols.
I'm Thomas Thrill.
And you have our word. We're always for the people.
We're here, we care, always for the people.
For over 3 decades, Flashco has been the local equipment company in Kern County. From major job sites to weekend projects, Flashco is the contractor's choice for equipment rental or purchase. We're also sign specialists using cutting-edge technology to create high-quality custom signage for anything. We're also the #1 local supplier of traffic control equipment, including signs, barricades, safety equipment, and more. Plus, our skilled mechanics will repair any make or model of heavy equipment. Flashco, we'll take care of it.
This has been an exclusive presentation of Bright House Networks.